Ahoy, landlubbers! It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. And listen, this right now has become Schrodinger's stream. I want to play Sam & Max Save the World. I've downloaded the game, I've run it on my computer, I've tested it with OBS. It's given me no trouble 2 separate times. Today, I try running everything live, and let me tell you, hasn't been cooperating to the extent I would like it to. So, in a moment, we're going to go over to that game. We're going to see if it works or if it ruins everything. Or, frankly, there's the very real and perhaps most likely possibility that technically both of those things are true. But I'm going to lose my mind if that happens, and it's definitely going to cause something to bad happen. So to recap, over the past couple weeks, we've been playing Sam & Max Hit the Road, 1993's classic LucasArts adventure game, which was my first exposure to the freelance police, also known as Sam & Max, the 6-foot-tall dog detective and his hyperkinetic rabbity thing friend, I think, are the sort of de facto descriptions of the characters. Even those of you who weren't familiar with them, you already love them. I don't have to ask. We just know this to be true. It's objectively true. Back in 2006, a little company called Telltale Games started making a new era of adventure games with an entirely new business model to gaming: episodic installments. It's a little like DLC or expansion packs for those of you like me who were raised with the dinosaurs. But the idea was that it was like a brand new company trying to like bring back sort of a niche genre in the graphic adventure game. And I think it predates Kickstarter, or at least Kickstarter being used to this purpose. And so like they were a small business, and they were releasing the games episodically to sort of make sure that they had the funding to complete everything, and they were using funds from the early episodes to make sure that the later ones got done. At least that's my sort of understanding of things, somewhat anecdotally. Man, I was so excited about it, because in order to start this new gaming company and launch this new gaming model, they had licensed a fairly well-known adventure game intellectual property, Sam & Max, the Freelance Police. And, you know, as we've talked about over these past couple weeks, I spent a great deal of time playing those games, to the point that I basically have the entire thing memorized, and probably if I really wanted to, I could probably have beaten that stream in 1 hour, just skipping more dialogue. But, like, you know, unlike a lot of adventure games, like, everything is really, like, lovingly and painstakingly added to a game like that. And Sam & Max Saved the World, the first sort of collective installment of episodes in the new era of Sam & Max, it's a little rough around the edges to begin with, is sort of my recollection. Is, like, I feel like we get a sense of the characters right away, but I feel like it takes like 1 or 2 sort of full episodes to get the sense of the new version of the world they've created. And that's not to say that it doesn't feel like it's a continuation of the same world created by, you know, Hit the Road, or the Sam & Max comics from what I know of them, or the limited exposure I have to their like 1990s cartoon series. It's just that, like, the Telltale Sam & Max was kind of shooting for the moon, and at the same time was trying to, like, add its own layer of things because it wanted a fully lived-in world. And I mention this only because my recollection is that some of the characters that they focus on in this first chapter are not the most compelling among the stable of characters we will come to know and love. But bear with me a little bit, assuming this runs at all. And I really do feel like we're gonna have a good time with more Sam and Max. Now, I'm really anxious about this, but I'm gonna switch over to the other screen in a minute, and we're really gonna hope that it works, and then that I don't have another mental breakdown on stream. It's been a while, but it's been a rough few weeks, and I'm gonna have a hard time with it if this breaks. So brace yourselves. I know I've set myself up. I know it sounds like we're gonna have a great time. Let's see. So the number one thing I seem to have learned about the variety of issues I've been having today is that I must at all costs avoid using the menu of this game at all. Now, there's a distinct possibility that I should just buy the PlayStation version of this and run that. It's a little late to have done that now, and as I've said, I just sort of invested time testing it. There shouldn't be an issue. It is anyway. So I've set this up to engage as little as possible with the menu. We're gonna try not to save it all, or if we do, after the stream is over. And we're gonna see how it goes. Also, thank you for the 22-month resub in there, Castle. Everyone's showing up at exactly rant o'clock, which is exactly what time it is now. So why don't we get started playing Sam and Max Save the World, assuming we can actually do that. Now, I'm concerned about this because I know from experience that when I click play episode 1, it's going to give me some kind of pop-up. And I think that might count as menu. Oh no, I managed to circumvent that by having to restart many, many times. That's good news for me. There's really nothing to avoid talking over other than the music. Hopefully you're enjoying that. I like what they did here in the sense that this opening sequence, and especially like the color scheme, is a good nod to the intro sequence to Sam and Max Hit the Road. And then I like that it has a sort of transition to where you're seeing more of the, at the time, modernized graphics. And honestly, even though I'm now running this on like the lowest possible graphic settings, it's like the remaster still looks quite good.
Quit moving around so much, bobblehead.
When are we gonna get another case, Sam? Surely the local lawbreakers must miss our esoteric brand of personalized criminal justice.
Patience is a sharp razor to swallow, little buddy. Okay, don't scream this time.
Ah! I got it! I got it! Hello?
Leave Swiss cheese by the rat hole, or you'll never see your precious phone alive again. Jiminy Christmas Eve in a padlocked sweatbox. Some misguidedly ballsy felons napped our phone.
Eerie. I just went cheese shopping. How did they know?
Be sure it's Swiss cheese, right? And be quick about it.
Ordinarily, I hate yielding to extortion, but I have to admit I'm half charmed by the sheer spunk of that oily little perp. Where'd you put the cheese, Max?
Gosh, it was hours ago. You know I have the memory of a dried trout.
Sadly, yes I do. Well, it's gotta be somewhere in this room.
Alright. Welcome to a new era of Sam and Max. So far, it seems like it's working. I do desperately need you to tell me if it breaks. I may not be immediately aware of it by the nature of what issues it's been giving me. So yeah. Both of the voice actors are different. I would agree that I think Max sounds a little closer to the original. And for me, that was a pretty big issue. I wouldn't say I ever, like, hated the new Sam voice, but, like, he's enough different. You get that sensation that people sometimes talk about with, like, the Muppets, the, like, slightly wrong Muppets or whatever. And, like, even now, it hits me a little bit. It's so hard for me not to associate the characters first and foremost with the original voice actors. Despite... I mean, to my recollection, no two incarnations of Sam and Max have used the same voice actors, which is pretty wild in and of itself. I will say regarding the intro sequence, I've personally have come to hate it in the past hour because this is true. It is completely unskippable, and if you are trying to test the game, it's really incredibly annoying to have to sit through that like 2.5 minute long unskippable sequence and not even be able to like access a menu, let alone skip the cutscene. That's a streamer problem, but it is my enemy now. One final thing I'll say before we get into it is that unlike Sam and Max Hit the Road, which I played like incessantly, Sam and Max Saved the World and subsequent Telltale incarnations, I have played no more than once each. And the most recent of those was probably like 2009 would be my guess. Might be a little later than that, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. So like, this is going to be a little bit more like trying to figure it out as we go. Oh, why is that box in a weird place? Hi, Anime. Welcome to the stream. Alert. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's fine. It's oh, no. That was it. That ruined everything. Great. Love that for me. Well, awesome. So, what I need you to tell me, and I cannot be more serious about this, and I'm not going to think very favorably or kindly about a joke answer, so please, for real, be serious with me. Did the sync just go horribly wrong in like in an instant? Anything unskippable is a crime. I do feel like by the year 2006, we knew better than to make things unskippable. Seems fine. Okay, looks horrible on my end, but I'm gonna trust you on this one. And if that's fine, then we're probably fine. But I cannot do anything on the other screen ever again. This was a mistake to have done this, and I apologize to whoever. Also, hi, Anime, hello, and thank you for the 78-month resale. It's a big number. Thank you very much. Now, let's begin playing the game. One thing to note. We start with one inventory item, and it's a gun that's basically half the size of my body. And I can use it to shoot mostly anything. It has some weird restrictions. I did, in testing the game...
Tempting sometimes, but I become fond of the little guy.
Is that clickable, say, aged vegetation? Well, I don't know where you're looking, because I've been all over the place mentally. Lush vegetation. Let's start looking around and stop shooting things so much.
I think Hubert could use some water, Max.
I'm training him to fetch it himself.
Remember our motorcycle trip through the Midwest?
Just you, me, and the authorities from 7 states. But those were quieter times.
I really like that sidecar says Speed Pickle. I don't know why,
Remember
but
our
I do
trip
like
to
it.
the moon, Max?
Like cottage cheese through a strainer, Sam.
You continue to baffle me, little pal. One of these days we're gonna finish that game.
I'm still working on getting the rest of the darts from the police impound.
I miss all the cutlery that we used to store vertically on this thing.
No
There's
doubt.
gotta be an snow item in the trash? Goodness gracious, what kind of adventure game is this?
Nobody ever leaves us messages anymore. Nobody ever leaves us messages.
Darn.
Hello,
Let's
Mr.
chat by the
Spatula.
water cooler.
How's the weather in there?
Do you like our coat rack news?
Where's the rest of the news collection, Max?
It's a surprise.
Uh-oh. Can I talk to Max? I assume I can. I don't remember what that interface is like in these games.
Hey, Max.
When is it, Sam?
You sure you don't remember where you put that cheese, little buddy?
Sheesh, you'd think I'd forgotten my pants or something. It's here in the office someplace.
I mean, honestly, that's about as much track as I keep of my cheese.
Who do you think that was on the phone?
Ooh, maybe it was the governor calling about my plan to secede from the Union.
Does that feel drafty in here to you?
Hey, you're the one with clothes on.
Do you ever wonder what life would be like if we were bugs?
Sure, I hope. Although I've always wanted to have more arms.
Some days I can feel the atmosphere pushing on my head like a giant thumb.
Some days I hide weights in your hat to see if you'll notice.
Does it feel drafty in here to you?
Hey, you're the one with
I
clothes
like that we
on.
do have a modern equivalent of Lead with Duck.
Let's get to work.
I
By
couldn't
the way-
agree more.
How's audio balance? I really dread to ask, knowing that it will involve interacting with the menu. I think in this first installment, we're gonna want to get the lay of the office. I'm pretty sure we start most or all chapters of Telltale Max games here, and there will be changes over time, but, like, it will be important for us to know what should be here.
No comment.
We have on our desk surprisingly little to interact with.
Someone once told me that the contents of a lava lamp make an excellent hand cream,
That was me.
which is why I haven't tried it. 2002 was a great year for calendars.
I'm glad we stocked up. We've been going through them at a rate of about one a year since then.
I like the about. I like that there's like a rounding error.
Last month's donuts.
Don't throw that out. I'm saving it for a science experiment.
You bet, little buddy.
There's an alarming amount of sirens going out tonight. We did have a reasonably large earthquake here. It's like a 4 point something. It felt more severe than most since I've been here, but no damage here as far as I know. Now Max's voice is more notable. Yeah, like I said, I feel like Max's is closer, but like there's like a certain tone of voice that's like clearly off, and there's one that is reasonably close to the 90s
This might
version.
come in handy.
Don't do that again.
Sweet. New item for my inventory. Love to see it. Got some case files.
Ah, yes, I remember that case. Particularly gruesome. 20 years worth of electric bills take up a surprising amount of space. When I got this thing, I thought it would be useful.
Where else would we keep the pieces of paper that we're never going to look at again?
Maybe I should get a cork board for that purpose. I click the fan. Can I click the fan? Doesn't look like it. But perhaps I can shoot it. No, doesn't like that.
Good old Lou.
Who's Lou again?
The bowling ball, of course.
Now we have Lou the bowling ball, of course. We also have Jesse
We should have
James's
Jesse
severed hand.
James's hand appraised one of these days.
I bet it's especially valuable because it's autographed.
I don't really remember the extent of them, but these games do make references to other Sam & Max things. Of course, Jesse James' severed hand being an integral part of Hit the Road.
Aha!
Oh, there it is.
I found the cheese. Before I do that, let's see if we can have a conversation with our
Tiny
rat friend.
hoodlums.
Leave the cheese by the hole.
Not interested, eh?
Unfortunately, this is not Swiss cheese.
So what?
So, the rat was very specific about wanting Swiss cheese in particular.
He was pretty specific about that. Yeah, I had some way to fill cheese with a bunch of holes. This is how cheese is made.
Take that, you law-breaking dairy products.
Sam, no! The cheese was innocent!
Innocent? I think not.
Now it's Swiss. That's how you can tell, right? Hi, Critwitch, and hello, Miss Toasty. Welcome to the stream. As far as I can tell, this is working. I was having lots of issues before, and I'm not loving it.
Voila, Swiss cheese. Or close enough to fool the casual observer, anyway.
Don't say voila.
I like... there's, like, multiple things to try and comprehend here. Like, why is it that we needed such a large quantity of cheese if we weren't, like, paying extortion money to our rat neighbor in the first place? Like, we just have an entire closet full of cheese, and it's, like, not refrigerated. I know not all of it needs to be refrigerated, but just, like, a whole closet of unrefrigerated cheese feels like it's gonna be gross and smell worse after not too much time. But then, like, why did we shoot the entire closet to make all that faux Swiss cheese if we only wanted one piece? I guess we should, like, hide the rest of it so he doesn't get in there to steal the rest of the fake cheese? Let's go ahead and use cheese on whole if I can move myself out of the way of the hitbox.
Greetings. The members of the Benevolent Brotherhood of Vermin would like to thank you for your offering.
The members of Sam and Max would like their phone back now.
If you don't mind.
I regret to inform you the situation has changed, and I am unable to comply with your request. A list of additional demands for the return of the phone is as follows.
Now, let's discuss this calmly.
Let's debone the smarmy little skis and see if the phone's in there.
I ain't talking, coppers. Jimmy Two-Teeth ain't no rat. Well, I ain't talking.
Oh man, I forgot about this. It's a whole good cop, bad cop thing.
Look, I want to help you, but my partner is a little unhinged. I'm afraid I may be unable to keep him from harming you in some colorfully gruesome fashion.
Let me at him, Sam.
I can take care of myself.
I'll torture your ears.
Maybe you'd like it if we played you some music. How about Cat Stevens?
Fine. Jimmy Two-Teeth ain't afraid of no cats. Hey, Dogface, your partner's giving me a headache.
I'm about ready to wring your scrawny, trash-eating neck.
You think you're scary?
You don't know where his hands have been.
Or when I last washed them.
Who cares? I'm a rat, remember? Can I go now?
Oh, here you go. I'll make you lick my palms.
Hand over the phone or I'll make you lick my German-crusted palms.
Yeah, I've licked worse.
Like what?
You don't even want to know, amateurs.
Help me help you, Jimmy.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
I have no idea, but it always sounds good on TV. You mentioned a headache. Would you like some aspirin? Oh, and while I'm at it, is there anything else I can do to make you comfortable? Are you thirsty, perhaps? Lights too bright?
Well, that's sporting of you. Now you mention it, I really don't like being up here so high. I got me a thing about heights. They make me nervous, you know?
Oh, really?
Uh-oh. That probably wasn't something to tell us when we're basically trying to torture you.
Don't like heights, eh? How'd you like it if I dangled your greasy hide out the window?
Hey, you wouldn't. Wait!
I warn you, I'm known for my fuzzy white butterfingers.
It's true. You should see him trying to tie an ascot.
All right. Have mercy!
I've had mercy. It was unpleasantly gooey, like things that have fallen onto pavement from a great height.
I give up! Take your phone and let me go!
Ah, for the love of... I wish I could unsee that.
Why must we always
Hello?
start these games with
Yes?
someone coughing up an item of importance?
Great gouts of steaming magma on a beeline for the orphanage. We're on our way.
Yeah!
He threw him anyway.
Ow!
Where's the rat?
I let him go. Who was on the phone?
It was the commissioner, Max. Multiple reports of malfeasance in the neighborhood.
Oh, joy! That's my second favorite feasance.
Idiot. We've got to get down to the corner store right away.
Seriously, it was in him. They could have deboned him. It would have saved some time, that's true. But then we wouldn't have learned one of his greatest fears / weaknesses. I feel like that information could be useful later. Do we have to, call anyone now?
Hello, Mista Pizza? Send over another gargantuan anchovy and hot sauce special, please. Hello, is this the president? It is? Really? Well, thanks. That's all I wanted to know.
I appreciate the attention to detail that I can just randomly make some phone calls now that I have my phone back.
Hello, Max?
Yes?
Just checking. Hello,
Imagine
Mista
that-
Pizza?
yeah.
Send over...
You can actually skip dialogue in this game. Unlike that initial cutscene. like the derpy grin. They're very expressive characters, I think. How's everyone doing? I've calmed down a little bit now that the game seems to be working. Haggis, did I see you say that you had your wisdom teeth out last week? Hold down right-click or shift to run. Double-click to run to object area. Cool.
They say graffiti is the poetry of our time.
Just what we need. More lame poetry.
Had all 4 removed. Oof. Well, I hope that the recovery has been smooth. I have not had any of my wisdom teeth out. I'm a weirdo. My weird story about that is that I've had, at this point, probably like 4, maybe 5 dentists like look at my x-rays, and they're always like, wait, you haven't had any of your wisdom teeth out? And I'm like, no. And then they're like really incredulous and say something like, I don't know about that. And then either by the end of that same visit with that dentist or like the next time I'm in, they're just sort of like, yeah, that seems fine. It's almost like there's some sort of alien parasite in there that, like, by proximity to them, causes them to, like, forget that they want to remove the wisdom teeth or something. Always good when medical professionals are incredulous. I mean, in some cases it is. Your point is taken, though. Oh, yeah, in case we haven't come across it yet, there's a weird thing in Telltale Sam and Max where if you ever, like, walk next to Max and you're not, like, engaged in a puzzle or a conversation or something, you just sort of throw him into the sky, cartoon
I
style.
once hid in that dumpster to escape a rampaging gorilla.
I still don't know how she got out of the office. I was sure I locked the door.
Say there, unfashionably dressed street urchin.
Oh, you made me mess up. Now I have to start all over.
Yowzers, you are one ugly kid. Hey, I know you.
Oh, that's right. You're one of the lovable scamps from that old TV show about the singing soda jerks.
It's called the Soda Poppers, and the 70s are not old.
Specs, it's you! Wow, an actual celebrity vandalizing our neighborhood. This is great!
I feel like the only appropriate thing to say upon having that conversation is, remember when you were famous? I'm sure he'll take well to that.
Boy, you sure were a famous, oddly underdeveloped teen celebrity at one time.
I'm still famous.
Are you?
Like 1,000,000.1 times more famous than you.
Well, we're really more known in the 18 to 34-year-old repeat criminal demographic. Say, how about an autograph from my pal?
You can sign my butt! Make it out to Squinky.
I don't sign butts anymore. People get ticklish and they move and it gets all messed up.
I'll risk it.
Sorry, I can't stop painting. This has to be perfect.
I like really harping on the
What
past.
was that catchphrase you used to say on your show?
It was like, you messed me up, or something like that.
You made me mess up, which you just did. Thanks a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So you had your wisdom teeth removed when you were 16? That seems young for that. Isn't that young to get wisdom teeth out?
Didn't I see you on an episode of Celebrity Slap Fight?
I was desperate. I was heavy into 3-ring binders at the time, and I needed the money.
You got your clock cleaned by that lady from Old and In the Way.
Never saw that walker coming.
So, Specs, what are you up to these days? Any new projects?
Yes, I have a new light in my life, and his name is Brady Culture. He's the genius behind the IBO Ocular Fitness Program. You really should try one of his videos.
IBO sounds like an electronic archery toy.
IBO is the truly visionary ocular fitness program. Try the video today.
Now, when you say ocular fitness, do you mean that you're exercising your eyes by looking with them? I don't know. It's you had jaw surgery and had your mouth wired shut for 3 months? That's hardcore. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Especially at 16, I bet that was horrible for you. Because, you know, kids are super cool. in that demographic about anything that makes you like a little different. Isn't the old PS2 camera with the peripheral named something like Ibo? Something like that, Haggis. I don't think I had one of those, or probably ever used one, so I'm not certain, but I think you're right about that.
Where can I find a copy of the video?
They carry them over at Vasco's. You should get it.
Sounds
Okay, cool.
fascinating.
You can never get enough of Brady Culture's Ibo.
Well, that's nice. Tell me something about that trendy modern street art you're perpetrating.
What about it?
How did you select your subject matter?
He looks like a fried egg.
It's Brady Culture. He's the genius behind the Ibo Ocular Fitness Program. You really should try one of his videos.
I'd rather try a fried egg.
Sounds fascinating.
You can never get enough.
Seems like they really want me to try that video. I'll leave this for later,
But you have
maybe.
to agree to paint me next.
Sorry, I only paint Brady Culture.
Max, you've got the TV schedule memorized. Weren't the soda poppers going to be featured on one of those grim celebrity tell-alls today?
Oh yeah, on channel 173, the Child Star Expose Network, which we only get when it's convenient.
Ah, plot cable.
Looks like he's got Boston baked beans in there this month.
How do they stay fresh?
They don't.
Hey, remember in the last game when I told you to remember what our neighbors were like? And one of them was Bosco's gun, liquors, and baby needs? Huh? 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 I mean, now it's got sort of a more generalized branding to go with that. But, ooh, can I have his spray paint?
Hey, a can of spray paint, and it's not even empty.
Sweet, now I have some spray paint. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I have it now. That happened over the summer, so that many people didn't notice.
Have
Still,
no fear, simple citizens. The freelance police are here to keep the peace.
Violently, if possible. You called?
It's just you two? Where's the SWAT team? Where's the National Guard? Where's NASA?
NASA?
Hold on, Bosco. What's the problem?
What's the problem? It's a terrorist! A Munchkin terrorist! He'll be the death of us all!
tell me more.
Where is this Lilliputian agitator?
Are you blind? He's right there!
Hey, it's another one of the soda poppers.
Isn't he the one with the ladder control issues?
Yeah, Whizzer.
He's a former child star? Oh, just lock him up and throw away the jail.
Throw away the jail. Seems like a tall order. It's true, there are beans in there. I'm not planning on eating those beans, though.
One of us needs to take a couple dozen elephant tranquilizers and call it a day.
And you should take a few yourself.
How can I be calm with a Munchkin terrorist in my store?
Exactly what is the nature of Whizzer's malfeasance?
He's delivering videos I didn't even order. Brady Culture's Ibo? What is that? Oh, it's something bad, I can tell you that.
Videos.
And look at that display. It's subversive and hideous. I don't know any white guy with a fro like that.
I hear that.
Have you actually witnessed this Ibo video with your own eyes?
Only a fool would watch a strange video. You watch it.
Had The Ring already come out by 2006? I can't... it was somewhere around then. I feel like people were a lot more cautious about watching random videos during that time frame.
Any idea why a freakish relic of the 70s would unload videos in your store?
Think about it. No individual acting alone would ever deliver videos of his own volition. It makes no sense. I smell a conspiracy.
I think you're just catching the hot weenies in an updraft.
No, it's definitely a conspiracy.
I feel crazy. I think they might have changed the Bosco voice actor between the original and now, and I'm not entirely sure why they would have done that. 2002? Really? It's earlier than I would have thought. Thought it would have been right around 2006.
What sort of malevolent forces would conspire to burden you with unwanted video cassettes?
Oh, they've all got it in for me. The government, the media, the mafia, aliens, sentient computers, my mother, Niels Bohr, Switzerland, headlights, lint, pastrami, hairspray.
Stop right there! Hairspray had no part in this.
Oh, sure. That's what you like to believe.
Any other heinous terrorist activities to report?
Yes, he keeps using my bathroom. Who knows what he's doing in there?
I think I know.
So, we've got an unwanted video dumper and serial leak taker.
Not even the National Guard can help us now.
So all this wizard character's doing is delivering videos.
And abusing his bathroom privileges?
That's it? Did he steal any of your overpriced merchandise or at least try to disembowel you with a sharpened spork?
No way! I've got BTADS, the single most technologically advanced security system ever conceived by the human mind.
Oh, I'm sure I have to disable that. Tell me about it so I know what to do later.
VTADS? Is that one of those acronym things I've been hearing so much about?
Yep, VascoTech Automated Defense System. I made it myself.
Wow, I always wanted to automate my defense. How does it work?
Well, just pull a weapon, you'll see. Or try to walk out of here with something. Go ahead, I dare you.
Maybe we will.
At the risk of sounding callous, how come your fancy pants defense system can't even stop small bladder boy over here?
It was designed to keep people from taking stuff out of the store, not from bringing it in.
Ah, right. A rare case of reverse shoplifting.
Shop dropping.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Alright, so now we've reached the point where we can only get him to reiterate things we need to know to solve puzzles.
I think we got it.
Okay, anything else?
There's more dialogue in this game than I recall. I don't remember how money works in this system. I think usually these are just gags?
We'd like to patronize your fine establishment, my good man.
By
Oh, I'll pull out my
patronize
gun,
you, he
don't
means
worry
we
about
want to
it.
buy stuff from you, not mock you. We probably will mock you, but that's not what he meant.
I know what he meant. Don't patronize me. So,
Don't
what do you wanna
patronize
buy?
me? What do you want to buy?
Do you have any weasels on a stick?
Nope.
Do you have any two-handed broadswords?
Nope.
Yes, I definitely remember this gag. It has a pretty good payoff. We're definitely gonna go through all
Do
these.
you have any vegetables in the shape of famous naturalists?
Hey.
Nope.
Do you have any candy pink fat boys?
Nope.
Do you have any exiled political dissidents?
Nope.
Do you have any weapons of mass destruction?
Who's asking?
Do you have any... I've run out of ideas.
Well, you can always just start over again.
Good idea. What have you got?
Well, I've still got that big sale on cheese.
Oh yeah, cheese! I want that.
And I might have another item of interest behind the counter.
Is it a weasel on a stick?
I accept your thinly veiled invitation to ask about the item behind the counter.
Oh, it's just a little something I like to call a tear gas grenade launcher.
Tear gas grenade launcher? Oh yeah, I really want that.
It's the latest in VascoTech innovation. It'll clear out any room in no time guaranteed.
If you have that, why aren't you using it
right now?
Why aren't you using it on the guy who's disrupting your store with his shop dropping?
We'd like that tear gas grenade launcher.
That'll be $10,000.
$10,000? We'll have to give out like 1 million tickets.
Well, one really big one.
You mean
White Collar Crime Drive.
where corporate criminals go to rejoice in their ill-gotten gains?
After we blow this popsicle stand, we can go hunt us up one of those starchy cesspiles and hit 'em where it hurts the most. Right in the pocketbook.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say, but that's good too.
We'll take that cheese that's just been sitting out in the open for everyone to touch.
I can't scan it from way back here. You've got to bring it to the counter so I can ring it up.
Do we have to do everything around here?
Okay.
Nothing for us right now.
Okay.
Nice place you got here.
What's so nice about it?
Bosco's Inconvenience. Nice name.
It's true. It really is inconvenient.
Well, thanks. I try.
Or maybe you
How
don't?
do you get out of that cage anyway?
That's for me to know and you never to find out.
What's with the maximum security prison motif?
You've been robbed as many times as I have. You do the same.
I've never been robbed, actually, but then I typically point a large firearm at anyone who approaches me.
You crack me up, little buddy. What were we talking about?
Nothing else nice.
We'll chat.
Stop that crazy man before he kills us all.
You just go ahead and...
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Who's he talking to? I'm
You
pretty sure he
okay,
runs
Sam?
this place himself.
I'll need a new skull, but otherwise, no complaints.
Bosco's is a gun-free zone.
gun-free? Sartre was right. Purgatory really is a convenience store.
Don't make me laugh, little buddy. It jiggles my sensitive cranium.
I can't help but notice that he sells a tear gas grenade launcher, but this is a gun-free store.
Well, it is on special.
And we are running dangerously low.
That is true. We don't have, perhaps, enough
Okay,
cheese.
Mac, we want this cheese.
Okay, standard cheese background check. I'll need to see at least 6 forms of ID, a valid federal cheese license, a completed organ donor card, a written release signed in the presence of a notary public, and your school report cards from the 9th through 12th grades.
That's pretty inconvenient.
It's okay, Sam. I can be brave. We'll just have to struggle cheeselessly onward.
I think I know why I would need this cheese. We'll hold on to it for now.
Free videos? Don't mind if I do. Brady Culture's EyeBow for ocular fitness. The revolutionary isometric exercise.
What's so revolutionary about it?
See through walls and clothing, roll your eyes at lightning speed, lose 5 pounds of eyeball fat.
Oh, good. I can never seem to lose that last 5 pounds.
What do you say we start office movie night a little early today?
I'll bring the caramel-coated sugar logs.
I don't think I like the idea of losing 5 pounds of eye weight. I don't think my eyes weigh that much. And I say that as someone who's very sensitive about his weight. Oh, there's a terror sign for the bathroom.
Bathroom terror level. Red, extreme terror. Yellow, lots of terror. Green, probable terror. Chilled and preserved fluids.
I wonder if Bosco used the fluid sample I submitted.
I hope not.
I do like, just like the loose security cameras in various corners of this place. Very paranoid. 2006 indeed. It's very
Ketchup,
topical at the time.
Mustard, and purple stuff.
As vaguely referred to on TV.
I feel like that icon for the purple stuff looks like the anime depiction of poop. Alright, I guess I should talk
Hey
to
there,
this guy.
Mr. Whizzer.
No need to be formal. My friends just call me Whizzer. And so do my enemies, and lots of people like you I've never met. Everyone calls me Whizzer.
So what are you doing
What
here?
exactly are you doing here?
Delivering videos. Take one. They're free.
What's the story with these videos?
Brady Culture's EyeBow is the ocular fitness regimen for people on the go.
Who exactly is this Brady Culture fellow supposed to be?
And what kind of steroids does he use on his hair?
Brady Culture is a genius, and his EyeBow program is a boon to all mankind.
Ooh, a boon! Why don't people use that word more often?
And did you know he was the star of Culture's Clubhouse in 1970?
Fascinating. It's a child star bonanza.
What is the point of EyeBow?
What can you tell me about EyeBow?
EyeBow is a revolutionary new program of isometric exercises to promote ocular fitness. You can learn to move objects with your eyes, even see through walls and clothing.
What if I don't wear clothing?
You gotta watch this tape. It changed my life.
Change isn't always good. Cultures Club. I honestly don't know if we ever learned more about Cultures Club. I kind of forgot that Brady culture had that background. Iba. I mean, if... Do you think it would be possible, by watching a 2006 VHS tape, to physically transform one of your eyes into an AI ball companion? It's true that if Iva could... I mean, honestly, Iva might be able to see through clothes. That she has, like, X-ray mode. She may have a more controlled version of it that she just doesn't choose to allow Date to access for obvious reasons. Because he has a skis.
Don't these things usually have celebrity endorsements?
What am I, chopped liver?
Oh, right. Sorry. Did Vasco actually order this many videos?
How should I know? And did I mention they're free?
What, you just deliver them whether people order them or not?
The word must be spread. Aibo is the path to enlightenment and ocular fitness.
Well, that's nice.
What is?
Are you aware that you're breaking the law?
Come on, guys. There's no law against giving away free stuff.
Unlawful deliveries are punishable under Section 9, Article 7, Title 11 of the Personal, Private, Public, Professional Conduct Penal Code.
You made that up.
True, but we could write him up for littering, trespassing, and disturbing the peace.
I have to deliver these videos.
Boy, what a monotonoid. Can we arrest him now?
In a minute, little buddy.
Monotonoid. There's a fictional word. Good. Hank says, Jonathan Frakes asking you, have you ever signed up for X-ray specs only to find it turned your eye into an AI? It does seem like something he would ask, but I feel like typically it would be more streamlined somehow. I do love that supercut of all his weirdly specific questions from Beyond Belief, which I'm glad that the internet has given something of a second life to, because I always enjoyed that show, even though it is kind of garbage. It's also at least an equal amount amazing.
My cousin's wife's dentist loved your show.
Oh, yeah. We've always been a big hit with the dentists.
Gee, I wonder why. Hey, kids, guzzle soda like the soda poppers, and you'll need so much expensive dental work, you can kiss college goodbye.
Max, your unbridled cynicism is like a breath of fresh air on a crowded subway. How about an autograph for my pal, Max?
You could write, to Max. Thanks for saving my life that time in San Remo.
Gee, I don't really have time. I've got a lot more videos to deliver.
No time? Don't they give you bathroom breaks?
Sure, but I don't sign autographs in there anymore. There was an incident.
Oh, God. But do you eat donuts in there?
Any chance we could get you to sing the song from your old show?
Yeah, the theme song. What was it called?
It was called More Than Jerks, but I can't sing it. I'm too embarrassed.
Are you anything like the character you played on the TV show?
Yeah, like do you really have to hit the John every 5 minutes?
Sometimes every 3 minutes. It's like having a superpower.
Is it? What superpower is that like?
Didn't I see you on a TV commercial a while back?
Yeah, what was it? Bowl cleanser, adult diapers, erectile dysfunction?
All 3.
I don't want to watch that commercial.
Well, that's nice.
What is?
If you'll excuse us, we've got shopping to do.
Take a copy of the Aibo video while you're at it. It will change your life.
We got one, thanks.
I'm going to take a closer look at this poster that's been in the
Buy
background.
nachos. Free toilet brush with every purchase.
Free toilet brush? I'm sold!
Used toilet brush.
I'll pass.
I do have some concerns. Just going to go ahead and...
Hey, that's my box.
Oh, my mistake. I often mistake other people's video boxes for my shopping cart.
I've been known to do that, yeah. So, what I need to do is somehow get him to go to the bathroom for long enough for me to sneak some cheese into his basket so that when he tries to leave the store with the basket, he'll get neutralized by the defense system. in theory, it seems like it shouldn't be that hard to get him to go to the bathroom based on what we know of his character. I'm actually a little curious. Now that I'm not standing over there, if I pull my gun out, will I get hit by a different thing? Oh yeah, that'll just come from anywhere. That's fun. Dan Aykroyd is doing a similar type of show called Unbelievable for the History Channel. That's interesting. I do have some reservations about whether that would be as good as Jonathan Frakes asking you insane questions. I just like get a...
With 100% all-natural sludge.
This week's flavors, wheatgrass and meatloaf. I think it's the tinge of green that makes this coffee especially appealing.
I take my coffee green, like my men.
Public restrooms, unholy temples to all things unsanitary. I wouldn't go in there for all the TNT Landia.
I'll do it.
Lots of terror.
Uh-oh. Time out for number 1.
Thought that was going to be more complicated than that.
I hope he enjoys it as much as I did.
Hold on. Mouse cursor, hold on. Cheese, hold on. Basket, hold on. And just...
If you really love someone, give them the gift of cheese.
I've been saying that for years.
I just can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets it.
What the? Time out for number 1.
Got him.
We're saved!
That's a whole lot more entertaining when it's not happening to me.
It's pretty entertaining either way.
Oh, he wet his widow pants. Classic. Just classic. I mean, wait. My evil plan is being threatened. Good thing I have the other 2 twerps to handle it. That's still not quite right.
Hey, you just gonna leave him there?
I like the absolute lack of commitment to realism there. Can't believe I almost missed this buy one, get one deal.
Special. Buy one, get one.
What a deal!
I feel like I've more or less been offered that deal before in the past. Alright, well, I think we've actually done everything in Bosco's for now. We might have to come back later, but I don't think there's anything else to do here now. I'm not sure exactly how to mess with the guy who's on the street, but I think I know the last place we need to go. So we haven't yet... Oh, of course, we're on the corner of the straight and narrow. That's very good. Have we... Does this not get added until episode 2? Nope. Put that on the window, because I'm trying to... Really, they really haven't added it, huh? There's a restaurant on the opposite corner, which is also sort of a reference or continuation of what's visible on the home street in Sam and Max Hit the Road. And I know those characters get introduced fairly early on. I guess they're not in the first episode, or at least not now. So I guess maybe we have to go the other way? Didn't take a look at these
It
yet.
says they've bred a horse with 8 legs.
Does it run twice as fast?
No, but it does eat twice as much.
Spider horse.
It says cloning rights activists are cloning themselves to create a bigger voting bloc.
It works for locusts.
I have to say that currently my inventory items are quite disjointed. I should probably watch this tape, is the impression I've been given. Let me check the other side of the street from the office, though. Oh. I see. Before I go in there, let's check out these posters.
Looks like there's going to be a lawnmower show.
Great! I love riding mowers. They're like golf carts with teeth.
I guess that's true.
Looks like there's going to be a lawnmower.
Great!
There's other posters, but I guess we only get to look at that one. Here's the thought. I have this spray paint can. There's several of these graffitis around. If I mess with one, does that accomplish
This could
something?
use a little improvement.
Hey, hey, hey! You messed it up! Oh, now I've gotta fix it, brain freeze.
Maybe I need to, like, move him around for some purpose? I don't know what that is yet.
This place used to be Lefty's tool rental shop.
Good old Lefty. I'll miss him.
You couldn't stand Lefty. You once poked him in the eye with a number 3 socket spanner.
Exactly! Good times.
New character. Well, this guy, too. There's someone who's supposed to be
You look
here.
like you could use some therapy. Not from a wide-eyed circus freak like you. Hey, it's another one of the soda poppers. Me?
Right. You're,
Peepers!
I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Sybil Pandemic, licensed psychotherapist.
You sure about
Are
that?
you sure your name is Sybil, not Peepers?
Absolutely. Sybil Pandemic, licensed psychotherapist. That's me.
He's trying to pull a fast one, Sam. Where's your gun?
Violence is not the answer.
Since when? Sam, we're dealing with a dangerously delusional psychotic here.
Obviously. Sybil's normally a girl's name, isn't it?
Must have been tough while you were growing up.
Why do you think I became a licensed psychotherapist?
Could we see your driver's license or some sort of ID, Sybil?
My psychotherapy license is hanging over there on the wall.
How about something with a picture on it, you obvious lunatic, you?
I could draw one on there if it would put your mind at ease.
Oddly, I don't think it would.
Don't know how that would help.
You're a dead ringer for Peepers from that old soda popper show.
I get that a lot, but I'm Sybil Pandemic, licensed psychotherapist.
Right. How about a little analysis?
Certainly. Tell me what's bothering you.
Every time I watch television, I want to shoot something.
That's quite normal, but you might want to try Brady Culture's iBo video. It's very soothing compared to regular television.
Aibo?
Wasn't sure what
Yes,
our
my
angle was.
runny, poached egg-like eyes could use a workout.
You won't regret it.
Is that your answer to everything?
Who's this lady culture person?
Brady! Brady Culture! He's only the most insightful and amazing man on the planet, that's all.
It's not Sean Penn?
Not anymore.
I'm so disillusioned.
Enough said. Something else has been on my mind.
Tell me what's bothering you.
It's not me, it's Max.
Hey!
He thinks he's a rabbit.
I am a rabbit!
See?
Yes, well, I would recommend Brady Culture's iBo video for this situation. Good eye health helps combat delusions.
Ooh, combat
I'm a
delusions.
rabbit!
Those sound
Sounds like a
powerful.
piece of work.
Oh, it is! It is!
Enough said.
The dialogue trees are a little more railroady than I remembered. Like, I would expect it to, like, open up the possibility to ask all the soda popper characters about the iBo video, but, like, it really aggressively, like, derails whatever you were trying to talk to them about. And it's like, here's the sub-dialogue tree for this specific occasion.
Something else has been on my mind.
Tell me what's bothering you.
I've been feeling less frisky than usual.
Well then, you might try Brady Culture's iBo video. That'll put a spring in your step. Your eyes, too.
I'm beginning to sense a certain pattern to your courses of treatment.
Well, you have to go with what works.
Enough said. Something else is...
Tell me what...
I think I'm hallucinating, because you look exactly like the former child star of a 70s TV show to me.
How odd. Perhaps
perhaps you should consider trying Brady Culture's Eyebow video. It promotes ocular health
You know
and
what?
might help with the hallucinations.
Is that your solution to everything?
It's not mine, it's Brady Culture's. But it may very well be the solution to everything, yes.
I feel like I've heard him out on all of his suggestions. And I think I'm actually going to go with my first instinct, which was violence. Max suggested taking out the
Enough
gun.
said.
Let's see what that does for us.
Sure. I can see you. Whoa, where'd he go?
Hey, there he is.
You attacked a licensed psychotherapist? How could you? Just
With a
comes
gun.
naturally, I guess.
A really big gun. We have on the wall here. This is where your past comes to die. That one's big enough to read. The others are a bit more of a struggle.
Impressive credentials.
Thank you.
It's getting late.
Hey, Sam, if it's always getting later and later, then how come it's early sometimes?
That's one of the great mysteries, little buddy.
Well, when we came in here, someone was sort of rattling this door.
Thank God! I've been locked in that closet so long I was starting to invent life stories for the mothballs. I've got to sit down. Oh my God! He's still here? Call a cop!
You're in luck, ma'am. Sam and Max. We're freelance police.
Sybil Pandemic, licensed psychotherapist. Nice to know ya. Arrest that lunatic immediately!
But he's my pal. What's the charge?
What's the charge?
Assault! Kidnapping! Identity theft!
Those are good charges.
Some of my favorites. And what about mopery?
He locked me in the closet, and he's been pretending he's me!
Gadzooks, why?
Well, these cases can be very complicated and delicate. There may be repressed feelings of inadequate transference or latent unwarranted hypochondriac Freudianism.
Come again?
He's a complete whack job. Although actually, now that I look closely, I think he's been hypnotized.
How can you tell?
How can you tell? He looks so normal and lifelike.
I'm a licensed psychotherapist. It takes a professional eye.
Can we borrow your eye? We'll bring it back.
Are there steps we can take? Soothing music, or perhaps some sort of invasive surgery?
Shock treatment! Shock treatment!
Typically, a hypnotic state can be revised after rendering the subject susceptible to new input.
Sorry, I don't speak psychotherapist.
You've got to knock them unconscious to bring them out of it.
Knock him unconscious! Now you're talking!
I can demonstrate on this guy if you'll knock him out for me.
Consider it done!
You didn't even have to ask with Max.
That may be the least relaxing sign I've ever seen.
What about the one at the barber shop that says low fatality rate?
I stand corrected.
That's a pretty bad sign, I'll give you that.
I think those might be iron-ons.
Convenient and painful. A surefire hit with the average consumer.
Iron-on skin tattoos. That's cool. That's definitely a service that I would want. What if I just hit him with a bowling ball?
I can see you! Please stop doing that! Whee!
So it seems like it wants me to somehow cover his eyes or approach him without him noticing. It's not immediately apparent how to do that.
Hey, Sybil.
Hello!
I meant the other Sybil.
So, you guys gonna take care of this imposter or what?
Tell me more about these tattoos.
What happened to your tattoo business? Don't tell me they actually enforce those health code violations.
No, of course they don't. But a guy came in here and asked me to put a ship on his chest, and I misheard him, and, well, I decided to hang it up after that.
I feel like if you followed through on that order, you might have been a little bit too eager.
It's funny. You're right across the street from us, and I don't think I've ever been in here before today.
Your friend has. He's always trying to con me into giving him some kind of weird tattoo for free.
You could put a line on my head and some eyes on my butt, and I'd look like I was upside down.
For the last time, no.
Ah.
The sign outside says you're open 24 hours. Isn't that a bit odd for a psychotherapist?
Well, in my crowd, a lot of people think they're vampires.
I think there may be other victims of hypnosis besides yours lurking around the neighborhood.
Well, see if you can knock them unconscious as well.
Oh boy! More gratuitous violence!
What would you say to taking a look under the old hood and analyzing my psychoses?
Tell you what, I'll give you a free session if you'll take care of this nut job for me.
I heard that. I think we need to discuss your feelings of hostility.
Quickly.
Excuse us, we've got work to do.
I'll say.
Just had a weird idea. I was to put something heavy like a bowling ball on top of the closet door. Can
Nah.
that do something? Like I get him to go in the closet and drop it on him or something? So I think I'm like almost halfway there on our first guy, the graffiti artist outside. Because I took that can of spray paint, I can sort of reposition him. But I don't yet know what in particular I'm trying to do to neutralize him. Can I get this sign? It says piercings, tattoos, psychotherapy, and piercing and tattoos are both crossed out.
Tampering with the mail is a federal offense, punishable by fine and imprisonment.
As we found out after the incident with the garden hose. Ah, memories.
Look, Max, liver and onions are in town.
I know! I can't wait! I love when they throw expired meat products at the crowd.
So he's kind of focused. Can I just like, I don't know, like punch him in the back of the head?
Caffeine rush.
Sweet carbonated beverages in a pig trough. He's gone.
Who would have thought such tiny legs could move so fast?
Wow.
You made me mess up.
I have an idea. Can we, like, position him here and then drop something from our office?
This could use a little improvement.
You might not see that coming.
What are you doing? Don't mess with my paintings. Now I've got to fix it all up.
I just saw on Twitter today some people complaining about bright yellow interactable objects in video games because they started appearing in like the latest installment of the Final Fantasy VII remaster. Don't get me started on that. The longer that goes on, the more that concept is driving me insane. I was like really excited. I was like, oh man, like a modern Final Fantasy VII, and then it's just like, to me, it barely in any way resembles the original Final Fantasy VII.
Can you
Bowling
believe
ball.
we get paid for this?
I love this country.
You made me mess up.
2 down.
Now this is quality television. Except, hold on. My evil plan is in jeopardy. Who dares to oppose me? Hey, that was pretty good. Better.
Well, we've admired our handiwork long enough.
Maybe just one more second? Okay, let's go.
Wait. It's got a cloud in it. I mean, that's practically where it ends, as far as I'm
On this week's
concerned.
edition of Oh, Is He Still Alive? We look at the stars of the 1970s television hit, The Soda Poppers.
I love shows that destroy all our cherished illusions about the stars we once loved.
During the Soda Poppers' heyday, young Specs was the role model for obsessive neat freaks all over the globe. Ticker-tape-free ticker-tape parades were thrown in honor of the Soda Popper, who never missed a spot. Backstage, though, things were quite a bit dirtier. Specs' obsession with perfection caused massive delays in shooting and infuriated co-workers. He famously demanded over 11,000 retakes of the line, "You made me mess up," made all the more annoying because of his tendency to repeat the line immediately after reading it. Following the show, Specs was rarely seen in public, although he did make one ill-fated venture into celebrity tag team mud wrestling, getting
We've all been
pinned in
there.
a record 3 seconds as he desperately tried to wipe down the ring with a dish rag. The meltdown utterly enraged his tag team partner and good friend, the Dog from My Mother the Dog, who stormed out of the arena without a word. They
Wow,
haven't
that's
spoken
cold.
since. Coming up next, the soda popper who couldn't always keep it in.
I see. So by watching the TV, we're supposed to get insight to each of their weaknesses. The perfectionism, I think, was sort of apparent from his behavior in the dialogue tree. And I don't know, like, I feel like I mostly just intuited that other solution rather than, like, remembering it outright. I don't think I could have told you going into this that, like, there's a point where I gotta put cheese in someone's basket so a big boxing glove falls from the sky and knocks them unconscious. Unfortunately, the guy I want info on is the last one on their list.
Whizzer and his hilarious bathroom breaks. His timeout for number 1 adorned lunchboxes all over the nation for the better part of the 70s. Behind the scenes, though, Whizzer's bladder problems were no laughing matter.
Very
The
infected.
writers learned early on never to give Whizzer the only existing copy of the script. On the set, they even had a term for a script that needed to be redone. It's been whizzed.
Oh, that whizzer. He just charmed my little pants off from day one.
You don't even wear pants.
Sure, not anymore.
4 years after the soda poppers went off the air,
They've been
Whizzer
charmed off. Weren't you
desperately
paying
fought his
attention?
addiction to designer bottled water, a war he would ultimately lose. The problem came to a climax one evening during a formal dinner at a posh Manhattan restaurant. Visibly loaded with water, Whizzer publicly
What?
was unable to hold it in. Unable to hold it in all over the floor, most of the tablecloth, and even, ironically, the 4-foot-tall ice sculpture of himself created specifically for the occasion. Coming up next, the soda popper known for a really big part of his anatomy.
Visibly loaded with water? I have questions and concerns.
Audiences all over the world fell in love with Peepers and his cute big eyes. On the set, though, Peepers was not quite so beloved. While his high-pitched voice was a hit with audiences, it reportedly drove a number of his co-workers to alcoholism.
Well, that's
Eventually,
extreme.
the show's director stopped bringing Peepers back in to loop missing dialogue, getting the needed lines simply by scraping his fingernails over a chalkboard.
I never noticed the difference.
Even after the show left the airwaves, Peepers' "I Can See You" warmed the hearts of all who heard it. All that is, except apparently the students of Our Lady of Buttered Toast Girls' School. Peepers' tenure as the gym teacher for the prestigious Catholic school came to an abrupt end when his familiar catchphrase was taken the wrong way in the girls' locker room. And coming up next, the child star who never was.
You know, we should probably watch that too, huh?
Few, if any, remember the show that the soda poppers replaced. Culture's Clubhouse, hailed as television for the sophisticated 6 to 8-year-old, fell victim to the soda popper juggernaut and was quickly scrapped. Its young star, Brady Culture, struggled to find work and acceptance in the wake of the show's cancellation. Unable to find another role, Brady dabbled in every religion, creed, and belief system he could find. Buddhism, Judaism, pointillism, Scientology, horsematology, nerfmatology, prismatology, and even stinkmatology. But what ultimately became of Brady Culture? No one knows.
Brady Culture's being lifted from obscurity by his former rivals?
I think this qualifies as a baffling mystery, Sam.
You may be right.
Coming up next, we'll repeat everything you've just heard.
I like this game signaling that you've done looping all the dialogue. Although again, it's heavier on the dialogue than I remember. I mean, an adventure game like this is likely to have a lot of dialogue. I just mean that, like, the dialogue trees have more things that aren't essential in them than I had recalled. You've experimented with horsematology, Haggis? Frankly, I'm personally a fan of stinkmatology, although you do get stinkmatized a lot. It's like being stigmatized, but it does have, like, a detectable residue.
Okay, Max, ready for that ocular workout?
No, stop! We don't have any popcorn.
Sweet alligator dentures soaking in formaldehyde. That was close. Quick, before it starts.
Hello, I'm Brady Culture. You may remember me from Culture's Clubhouse, the massive worldwide television hit that ran for 6 episodes in 1970. What you are about to see will change your life forever. So watch closely. Now listen up, you tasteless Philistines! You love me. You adore me. You want to name all your children after me.
I love you. I adore you. I want to name all my children after you.
Sam, look!
Ocular
You mean
fitness, my eye.
soap opera?
That videotape hypnotized Jimmy Two Teeth.
I think I like him better this way.
We've got to find this Brady culture and stop him before he hypnotizes every consumer of cheap self-help videos.
Ooh, can I have his hair when we're done?
Only if you keep it on a leash.
Can we talk to hypnotized
Yoo-hoo,
Jimmy?
Tiny hoodlums.
Yeah, we haven't talked to Max in a minute. Of course, getting him to stand still long enough for that to work is often a challenge.
It feels good to be back in the old saddle, doesn't it?
You've been watching too many John Ford movies again. Let's go beat up some thugs.
Do you ever wonder what life would be like if we were bugs?
Short, I hope. Although I've always wanted to have more arms.
Let's get to work.
I couldn't agree more.
Someone once told me that...
That was me.
Which is why I...
You know, we got some intel on all the soda poppers there in that series of brief documentary clips. I don't think we really got anything terribly helpful on Peepers. We just know that he's eye-focused, which, you know, I feel like I could have guessed that. They did imply that his large eyes were cute, but he is very unsettling to look at, I find. What if we combine boxing glove with gun? I don't think that works.
Max, you ever hear of the term tough love?
It's the only kind of love I know.
This guy's fast, and he's got good eyes, so I doubt I can sneak up on him.
Take out his eyes then.
Thanks, you're a big help.
Are we supposed to get the tear gas grenade launcher? We don't have $10,000.
Remember that time you had therapy?
Yeah, the court will never make that mistake again.
Be careful not to break anyone while we're here.
No promises.
I wish I had my banjo right now.
And I wish I had a 5-gallon tub of orange marshmallow peanuts.
That could be dangerous.
Yours too.
Let's look around.
Great idea.
Unique dialogue in every, like, specific setting. Up to and including outside. Is outside and inside?
Lovely weather we're having, isn't it?
So balmy and sulfurous, it makes me want to feed expired food products to stray animals and homeless people.
Head like a watermelon and a heart to match. That's my pal.
I don't know what that means.
Do you remember when they filmed Corkscrew Psychopath 3 here?
That was a film? Boy, that explains a lot.
I think I stepped in part of the city.
Hopefully it was one of the parts that was dead already.
Let's get cracking.
Yeah!
I think our best bet is to figure out the tear gas grenade launcher. At least it's the thing that comes to mind.
Who's there? Yeah, it's just you.
Bosco's got a lot of interesting, if questionable, products in here.
I think it's the only store in town where they carry those albino monkey crackers I got hooked on in Borneo.
Do you smell something funny? Like the feet of the howling damned?
There's a leaky can of aerosol meat in one of the aisles.
Aha! I thought I recognized the scent.
Aerosol meat.
Be careful
Don't
not to
like
set
it.
fire to anything while we're here.
No
Except maybe the
promises.
aerosol meat.
I'll let you get...
Sometimes it's best not to ask.
Hey, Bosco.
Hey, you just gonna leave him there?
How about a reward?
You know, we did put the kibosh on that whole terrorist operation, so...
How about some free stuff?
Is that why you did this? For free stuff? Was this all a part of the plot?
Yes, a labyrinthine scheme in which we paid off a former child star to deliver videos to your store just so that we could knock him out via your own security system and claim an undeserved reward.
So you admit it?
Conspiracy humor may be lost on this crowd.
We want to buy something.
What you got your eye on?
We'd like that tear gas grenade launcher.
That'll be $10,000.
Oh, were you serious about that?
It's a bargain. Trust me. Trust me.
I never trust a man that says trust me twice.
We gotta find an illegally wealthy motorist, and quick!
Give us the tear gas.
Give me the $10,000.
We gotta find an illegally wealthy motorist, and quick!
Nothing for us right now.
Okay.
See you later.
Remember.
What conversation?
The conversation we just had.
No, see, he was just acting like he'd already forgotten the conversation.
What conversation?
Oh, brother.
No, you're not the one who's supposed to... I forget. You have concerns and a few questions? Hit me with them. How many of them are about the aerosol meat? I think that Max said we needed to find a wealthy motorist twice. Makes me think... I've forgotten some mini-game that, like, exists on the edge of my consciousness?
Let's go cruise for lawbreakers, Max.
Goody! By the way, Sam, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I may have accidentally chewed through our brake lines.
No, I don't think you did mention that.
I guess we'll just have to slow down by violently rear-ending other motorists.
Already planning on it, little buddy.
Boy, that's unpleasant to steer. We can use WASD instead. Oop, wanted to hit that guy, that's fine.
Take the wheel, little buddy.
With pleasure.
Please accept my condolences for your taillight. Sam 1, taillight 0.
Look, this guy's driving with 2 busted taillights. We better give him a ticket.
This is your first and final warning. Pull over or die.
Hello, we're freelance police.
And you're not. Ergo, we call the shots around here.
Oh, why did you stop me?
Taillight's super broken, my guy.
Your taillight's busted.
But you're the ones who broke it!
Your point being...
What's the fine for a broken taillight?
Why, isn't it $10,000?
What? Are you crazy? Oh, one moment. Allow me to confer with my legal counsel. My attorney has advised me to pay the fine. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have some accounting to do.
Thanks, sucker.
I didn't actually think that was going to be that easy, but we did accomplish that task, I guess. I like that it took that guy only a matter of moments to consult with his legal counsel. Probably not even enough time to, like, call someone? Or is a land boat? Makes sense it drives poorly. That's true enough.
Hello.
We want to buy something.
What you got your eye on?
We got your tear gas money right here.
Really? All right, here you go. One tear gas grenade launcher.
This is a salad shooter filled with onions.
But it works. Trust me. Trust me. Now put that away before someone gets hurt.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I expressed my concerns about that before.
The $10,000 just covered the cost of materials, you know?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's okay, everybody. I'm all right.
Alright, now let's shoot someone with onion power. Regrettably. I don't know if you were here before, Critwitch. The local inconvenience store has a security system in place to stop theft and weaponry usage. Which is perplexing because he just sold us a weapon. And then we were immediately punished for doing that. It's fine though, it's for the bit.
Oh, Sybil.
Yes?
The other Sybil.
What is that?
Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit.
No!
But it will make you cry.
Just, stand still.
Please, Sam, allow me.
Now, Peepers, this is going to hurt us a lot more than it's going to hurt you. Just kidding. It'll definitely hurt you more.
Sweet dreams, peeps.
I can see you.
Oh my, that was great. That was great. Wait a second. My evil plan is in ruins. The dog and bunny will rue the day they crossed me. Rue
More of a
the
lagomorph,
day,
really.
I say.
Nice work, you two. Now I can try to bring him out of his hypnotic state. Take control of your mind.
I don't think he can hear you.
Sure he can. He's unconscious, not dead.
Minor detail.
He might be.
Destroy the intruder in your dreams. Regain control.
What? Hey, what am I doing here? What's going on?
Sybil?
My name's not Sybil. It's Peepers.
Oh, yes, it is. Are you okay? How do you feel?
I've got a bit of a headache. I had the weirdest dream.
A dream of violence?
There was someone unusual in your dream, wasn't there?
Yes, Brady Culture was there. He kept telling me to do stuff.
Aha!
I knew it.
That fiend hypnotized you to do his unspeakable bidding.
Peepers, what's the last thing you can remember?
I remember checking in at Brady Culture's home for former child stars.
He has his own nut house? Wow, we gotta meet this guy.
Where can we find this home for former child stars?
Oh, it's very secret. No one must ever find it. Think of the scandal.
But we need to find it so we can stop the madness, in a manner of speaking.
I want to help, but I just can't remember where it is.
Oh.
But my brothers might. They went with me. Hey, I didn't do anything really embarrassing, did I?
Nothing a simple exorcism can't fix.
Oh, dear.
Alright, let's see if
Hey,
Sybil
Doc.
can help us with the
Sam,
others.
Thanks for taking care of that wacko. I wish there was some way I could repay you.
Have you got 10 grand?
I'm new at this. I have a lot of student loans.
Great! Loan us a student. I can ride it around like a pony.
It's nice to see you show such enthusiasm. Security.
Max might like a tattoo.
Ooh, yeah! I want a map of the Netherlands on my Netherlands.
I get the cold shivers just thinking about remembering hearing you say that.
I'm out of the tattoo business anyway. I'm a licensed psychotherapist.
Can you fix cars? Ours sometimes makes a noise like an orangutan with the dry heaves.
That's my fault. I've been keeping an orangutan in the trunk.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not much of a mechanic anyway, except with unicycles.
It's an oddly specific skill.
I suppose you could psychoanalyze me.
Hey, yeah, I could count your marbles for you. I have a license, you know.
Will this be painful?
Only if we do it right. Now, there are a couple things we can try. We could look at some ink blots, we could try some free association, I could interpret your dreams for you.
Or we gotta interpret those dreams.
Can you really learn anything from my grotesque, nonsensical dreams?
Oh, absolutely. They reveal your subconscious. It's like peeling an onion.
Youch!
Now just relax and try to remember your dream.
Okay, here goes. My dreams always start in the office, but this time things were different.
Yes, I can picture it. Tell me what happened.
Well, we never met before today. How can you picture my office as though it was like a rendered cutscene of sorts? Meant to find something that's actually out of place? Oh, well, there's something.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, you had a special guest. Who was it?
It was also me.
It was me.
You? I think you represent yourself.
I didn't even realize that was possible.
Oh, sure. Any crazy thing's possible in psychoanalysis. Tell me, did the other you say or do anything unexpected?
No, the usual. Hi, Sam. How are you? I'm fine, Sam. And yourself? Not too shabby.
Fascinating. Where does your mind come up with this stuff?
I didn't notice anything unusual there.
Then why do you mention it?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Is that more or less the response I get from looking at anything that isn't Shadow Friend?
I noticed a plaque above the closet bearing Jesse James's severed hand.
Well, only in a dream, huh?
I noticed something bizarre in the closet.
Yes, we put things in the closet we want to hide away, things we're ashamed of. Please, Sam, what's in your closet?
A parking meter.
A parking meter? Why would you possibly be ashamed of that?
Well, we did run over the meter in front of our building once or twice.
Or every single time we ever parked there.
He's really hoping he could also have himself in the closet. Yeah, it would be cool if we could just populate the room with ourselves. Then I don't even know what the end result of that would be. We'd probably learn something. I bet there's like a combination of specific things that will somehow unlock something.
I noticed something strange growing on my plant.
Yes, the plant represents a source of sustenance. What was on it?
Needles. It was a cactus.
Your sustenance is needles. Is there something you want to tell me, Sam?
Yes, there is. This isn't costing me anything, is it? I prepared to leap out of the window.
Oh, was that the end of your dream?
No, wait, I forgot something.
Oh, do continue then.
Not a thing was on TV.
Suggesting you feel television is an intellectual wasteland.
No, it's
devoid
sort of an
any and
observation,
all
really.
worthwhile content.
No, that can't be right.
Can't use my inventory in here, interestingly.
I turned to leave the office.
Oh, was that the end of your dream?
No, wait, I forgot something.
Oh, do continue then.
Just make sure I have a sense of where all the interactions are.
Nothing unusual there.
Seems like it might just be Shadow Closet Plant.
I noticed something weird sticking out of the rat hole.
The rats are pests. They represent something bothersome. Tell me, what was in the hole?
It was that staple office knickknack, the clacking balls. Not unlike the ones on your desk.
Oh, do you not like the balls?
No, Sybil, I don't like the balls.
Well.
Phrasing?
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was your special guest?
Can I just get everything to be about her? Does that do something?
It was you.
Me? My. Oh, I represent your mother.
You do?
Of course. The feelings of trust, of safety. Besides, I figure the old hag's gotta be in there somewhere. That's Psychotherapy 101.
Insightful.
Tell me, in your dream, was I doing anything queer?
You did say something pretty queer.
You ungrateful pup! I went through 3 weeks of labor for you! Wow, it is your mother. I was right! as I usually am.
She's even
I
stronger
noticed
than
something
my
bizarre
mom.
in the closet.
She's at least as
something
strong
you're
as my mom,
ashamed of.
right?
What was it?
A hidden video camera.
I think someone may be secretly ashamed of his voyeurism.
Nope, I'm proud.
Nothing unusual there. I noticed something.
A source of sustenance.
A hefty sack of cash was in full flower.
Oh, you think money grows on trees? You're dreaming.
Genuinely don't remember if this is important in some way. There might be like an achievement or something for trying all the different combinations in here.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was...
Actually, wait a minute.
It was Max.
Ah, yes, your imaginary friend.
Excuse me, I'm standing right next to you, lady.
In your dream, was Max doing anything unusual?
Well, he was saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the tune of Camptown Races.
I pledge allegiance to my gun, doo-da, doo-da.
But that's not unusual.
Not for him anyway.
I noticed something weird sticking out of the rat hole.
Something bothersome. What was it?
It was a hot weenie of indeterminate maturity.
A weenie in a rat hole. Nope, no symbolism there.
Ah, good. That's a relief.
I noticed something weird sticking out of the rat hole.
Something bothersome. What was it?
It was a poor little fish, gasping for air, and yet totally unharmed, in case you're a member of an animal cruelty organization.
A fish out of water. Perhaps you're bothered by feelings that you don't belong.
Maybe so.
But trust me, Sam, you belong in therapy.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was your special guest?
It was Bosco, from the inconvenience store.
Ah, yes, you go to him when you need things. Yes, he represents your father.
Bosco's my daddy?
Symbolically, yes.
Literally, I sure hope not.
In your dream, was Bosco doing anything peculiar?
He did say something rather unexpected.
I may not show it much, but I love you, Sam. Now go wash my car.
Yes, that's just what I expected.
Same. That seems normal and right.
I noticed something bizarre in the closet.
Ah, something you're ashamed of. What was it?
A whole stack of lottery tickets.
Interesting. Perhaps you feel you don't really earn your money.
Don't worry, lady. We get paid to crack skulls, and by that measure, we ought to be millionaires.
I noticed something strange growing on my plant.
A source of sustenance. What was on it?
It was a can of some unknown carbonated beverage.
I think you need a dietitian, not a therapist. Was that the end of your dream?
Yep, then I woke up screaming.
I can see why.
I don't know if that's important at all. Let's go through the other things and then see if that gives us answers as to something we're supposed to create in our dream to accomplish some goal.
How do ink blots work?
And can we make them ourselves?
It's easy. I just show you some pictures, and you tell me what you see. Your responses can reveal things like obsessions, or obsessions. Take a look at this, and tell me what you see.
Oh, let's see. What are our options? Pennies on the eyes of a dead mime, a pair of oxen boxing in a rowboat, Susan Lucci holding an Emmy, or the results of the last time I let Max drive. I mean, I feel like the thing I see is some sort of, like, lobster or insect boxer, so I feel like that's closest to our second option. He says, that looks like a lot like my ex-girlfriend. I feel like that should be an answer every single time, right? Just keep saying it over and over. Gosh, that reminds me an awful lot of my ex-girlfriend. Oh, hey, Letters, welcome to the stream. I miss you coming in. Hello, hello. Smooth graphics, much wow. Yeah, and keep in mind that I'm running this on very low graphics settings because my computer was super mad today. Still looks pretty slick. This is the remastered version of the first chapter of Telltale's Sam and Max from 2006. The remasters came out... I think this one came out in like 2022? Maybe like late 2021 or something. I only kind of became aware of them recently, which is why I decided that I wanted to play through all the Sam and Max games. These were a big deal to me when I was in college. They came out like right when I was in college, and I'd been a big fan of Sam and Max Hit the Road, which we've been playing over recent weeks. Did also see Arcadius with the resub, 78 months. Thank you, Arcadius. Rage Black is a good color for that octopus tonight, because you're pissed. Wow. I know that you must be upset because there wasn't a pun in there. And let me tell you, since you missed the start of the stream, I'm right there with you, buddy. Guess this is Susan Lucci holding an Emmy is a joke that needs to be explained to the kids. Chat really seems to want to know what happens if we say this.
Susan Lucci holding an Emmy.
I see. Now, how about this one?
Bunch of bacteria playing basketball, pigeons on the marquee at Man's Chinese Theater, an SUV crashing into an opulent mansion. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Well, I mean, one of them is thematically appropriate to the season. Sort of.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
And this?
I feel like that's the Master Sword being eaten by... What's the name of that ghost Pokemon that's an angry tree? The options we're given are a squirrel that got run over twice, my Uncle Louie's moth-eaten wallet, coded love notes from space aliens, or an autograph written in Braille. I don't think it's the last one. Trevenant. Yes. Trevenant. Katie says, I bought a cover to protect my 3DS since the vinyl is peeling. When I took off the protective case and charged the battery, snapped the backplate off the 3DS completely. Oh, jeez. That's bad. Yikes forever. We'll keep with the Valentine's theme, sort of. Sure.
Coded love notes from space aliens.
Alien love notes. Interesting. Now this one. What do you see?
Elephants at the New York Stock Exchange, a cheering crowd of lanky albinos, the exhaust manifold of a bread truck, 20 nuns with machine guns. I'd watch that.
20 nuns with machine guns out for vengeance.
And this one?
Boy, I sure can't tell if any of this is relevant, but there's an awful lot of gameplay here if it's not. Should just say alien love notes? Yes, although technically I sort of said it first, as an answer to what the ink blot looked like. That is a rough day, Arcadius. I'm sorry. I hope that you're able to get the replacements you've described and have a better experience with that. Hashtag choices matter. Choices should matter. Not all games are great about that. From my recollection, and granted it has been quite some time since I've played these games, these are pretty linear in nature. Unlike some of the later Telltale games, which, you know, were famous for having choices of arguable importance, but they were known for having choices that were supposed to matter later on. The early Telltale games were really more in line with like late 80s, early 90s graphic adventure games, just sort of with like a new coat of paint, more or less. The blotchy thing a flashbulb does to your eyes, an orangutan escaping from the trunk of DeSoto, a war between two teams of abstract shapes, a debit card fed through a document shredder. I like the abstract
We're
shapes.
between two teams of abstract shapes.
You seem fairly focused on violence, but it's probably nothing to worry about.
Thanks, Doc. What's free association like?
It's a test of your reactions to things in your life. I say a word, and then you just say or do the first thing that comes into your head.
Dance a samba, recite the alphabet, scream at the top of my lungs, that sort of thing?
Interesting.
Have we started already?
No, but now we will. Ready?
You're already
Is that the
behind.
word?
No, the word is tumbleweed.
Hey, that was fun.
Interesting that I actually get, like, free reign of the room.
Word to the wise, never put your tongue on a cactus.
Or vice versa.
Trigger word causes strange culinary impulses. Possible organic malaise fixation. Now try this one. Crown.
Your sign is crooked. You ought to straighten it.
Subject exhibits proclivities for order upon hearing trigger word. Possible OCD. Comb.
Can I sit in the tattoo chair while we do this?
Me first.
Trigger word induces unusual desire for tattoo in subject. Possible symptom of euphoric dyspepsia. Well, this has been illuminating.
What's the verdict?
I'll let you know after years of insanely expensive treatment.
Anything to support small local businesses.
We can always sell organs on the black market to raise the cash.
Just so they're not ours, little buddy.
Or just, like, shoot out the taillights on various cars and just extort money from random people in town. In fairness, though, that guy that we got those $10,000 from did have a vanity plate that said, like, arms dealer or something. Yeah, character name will remember this. Exactly. Those are the famous Telltale choices. Although, a lot of the time people were sort of like, these choices ultimately didn't matter. But everyone remembers the so-and-so will remember this. Which is ironic or exactly appropriate? I don't know.
Actually, let's save the psychoanalysis for later.
Postponing responsibilities. Interesting.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Sam.
Is it the next step? I mean, I think the thing I'm supposed to do is go find Brady Culture. Maybe I'm supposed to go talk to the other soda jerks or whatever and bring them back here and have her dehypnotize them?
Is it hard to become a psychotherapist?
Oh, yes. It takes weeks.
For some people, it's harder not to become one.
Bless your overgrown cassava melon, Max. Nice decor you've got in here. Very death metal suburban lounge kitsch postmodern professional.
Well, you know, last week this was a tattoo parlor, and before that I was a taxidermy priestess.
When I'm gone, I'm hoping to be taxidermied and used as a hat rack. You'll do that for me, won't you, Sam?
Of course, little buddy.
Friendship is a wonderful gift. Hold all my calls.
Taxidermy priestess. That's an interesting combination of words.
Sounds like you've jogged around several blocks, career-wise.
True. I was even a telemarketer for a while.
What did you sell?
Telephones. But sometimes a brilliant idea just isn't enough.
It's pretty tough to sell telephones over the phone, I would think. Maybe.
What other unsavory gems are lurking in your sack full of former careers?
I was a cook at a restaurant called O. Very strict vegan. We only served water.
That's it?
Well, you could get it cold or hot.
Staggering.
I liked that job, but I got laid off when the thermo-vegetarians picketed the restaurant and insisted they only serve the water at room temperature.
Typical. I can't stand thermo-vegetarians.
Same, little buddy.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations we could snicker about?
I was a grout specialist. What?
I don't know, there's just something inherently funny about grout.
The heck? That's a good response to that, though.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations?
I used to be a microfiche delivery driver.
What a coincidence!
You too?
What? No, I was just thinking about how my feet are exactly the same size as each other.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations?
I painted white walls on cheap tires for a while.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations?
I ran a business doing custom embossing on the bottoms of pie tins.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations?
I was a door-to-door phlebotomist.
That sounds dirty, even though it probably isn't.
It's not, but it does sound like.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations?
Dozens.
Back to the start.
Have you had any other fascinating occupations?
Dozens.
Oh, we're just done. These games do like their list humor. I think most of the time they're done pretty well, though.
Talk at you later, Doc.
Interesting choice of words.
I don't know what to do about that whole psychoanalysis series of quasi-mini games. It actually... It's so spooky that it just pans over to relax when you leave. Check on the people I've knocked unconscious.
Take control of your mind.
Is it working?
I don't know. Destroy the intruder in your dreams.
Snap out of it, you big baby!
What's going on? Why is my outfit all wrinkled?
Oh, we dropped a bowling ball on your head.
Quick, act like a chicken.
No, tell us where we can find Brady Culture's home for former child stars. We've got to stop that fiend from hypnotizing anyone else.
The home? It's 227 something. Wizard would remember the street. He always does the driving.
Can you take us there?
Are you kidding? I've got hours of ironing to do.
Sounds like he irons at the same pace I do. I can iron a mean shirt, but I'm pretty sure it takes me longer than it's supposed to. Also, it's a lot nicer to iron the nice shirts.
Hello.
Get the camera to actually look over here so I can hitbox correctly. Guess this'll do. Nice, a little bit in the way.
Mind. Destroy the intruder in your dreams.
Nicely done, Sam. You're a natural.
Where am I? Who are you?
Don't worry, we're freelance police.
Police? Oh no!
He's getting away in that truck!
Quick, follow that soda popper.
I guess we're mini-gaming.
Hurry, Sam. He's getting away.
There's like a lot of boxes. I think I have to dodge enough of these to get close enough to shoot, or maybe just bump them. Maybe I just need to bump them.
Watch out!
Take the wheel, little buddy.
With pleasure.
Hey, that worked.
Yes!
I actually wasn't sure if that would work.
Don't shoot!
Aside from the fact that we just plugged your truck, why would you think we'd shoot you?
Except for the obvious sport value, of course.
No, of course.
You always see cops on the news beating up some guy just because he's a former child star.
We would never dream of hurting former child stars. We just need to find the home where Brady Culture keeps them.
Oh, why didn't you say so? It's right over there, across the street.
It's so
Jumping
stupid.
elephant fleas.
How devilishly convenient.
Thanks.
Does anyone know where I can find a bathroom?
Time out for number one.
Not much of a secret, is it?
Let's talk to Monkey.
Disturbing little monkey. Reminds me of a job I had once.
You were a monkey?
Essentially. This thing
Right.
gives me the willies.
It has like buttons. I guess I don't interact with them though.
It says here they only treat patients with something called artificial personality disorder.
Sounds tasty.
Ah.
What's in it?
Apparently, it's common in former child stars. Symptoms include,
Here we go.
Obsession with money, violent reactions to dentistry, and an unconscious desire to see one's peers getting older.
Forsooth.
You don't even know what that means, do you?
No, but it sounds all classically literate.
Now I understand. I have to be a specific kind of crazy, not just the type of crazy I normally am.
Looks like a shifty character to me.
Don't they all?
Ooh, a poster for the Ibo.
The power of Ibo.
Looks more like the glower of Ibo.
Alright, let's go get ourselves diagnosed as hating dentistry,
Where we going, Sam?
money, and aging, or something. Let's waste precious time driving around aimlessly. I do love just the general sentiment of the world of Sam and Max. Just like a vague awareness of meta-contextually what needs to be done, and yet at the same time a full understanding that this is a video game.
Back to the office.
Man, I sure hadn't heard that, like, drive off in the DeSoto sting for a while, and boy, is it just like... It's like awakened something in my subconscious. I'm not going into the office. It's not what I need to do. Time has passed, though. Has anything changed in here that I should care about? I feel like no.
Whee! Yoo-hoo. Tiny hoodlums.
No, I still can't talk to the rat. Is all the cheese gone? No, it's right where I left it. I'm gonna hide it again. And just keep hurling. Oh, I didn't notice, the picture on the board was the, leaky faucet guy from the carnival and Sam and Max hit the road. That's very good. I don't know how I missed that. Multiple times being in this room before. I'll leave the inconvenience store alone unless it turns out that I need it. So I'm pretty sure this is what I got to do. Let me just take stock of this again.
I wonder if I should take this to a professional. Do you think I might have artificial personality disorder?
Interesting.
Symptoms include, let's see, obsession with money, violent reactions to dentistry, and an unconscious desire to see one's peers getting older.
Hey, I know! I could psychoanalyze you!
Cool. Let's start with... Actually, let's start with the dream. I feel like that's going to be straightforward.
Another mundane but strangely compelling dream I had.
All right, let's examine your disturbing subconscious desires a bit further.
I don't remember which person talked about money. But, like, there's bag of money on the tree, lottery tickets.
Strange growing on my plant.
A source of sustenance. What was on it?
A hefty sack of cash was in full flower.
Oh, you think money grows on trees? You're dreaming.
I noticed something bizarre in the closet.
Ah, something you're ashamed of. What was it?
A whole stack of lottery tickets.
Interesting. Perhaps you feel you don't really earn your money.
Don't worry, lady. We get paid to crack skulls, and by that measure, we ought to be millionaires.
I realized there was someone else in the room with me.
Oh, who was your special guest?
I really don't think so. Like, choosing Bosco made it reflect our father, and he said that we should, like, wash his car. Making it her made the figure out to be our mother, and she just thought we were ungrateful. Max just recited the Pledge of Allegiance to his gun, and I just sort of said hello. So I don't know if any of these choices is, like, particularly correct.
It was Bosco.
Yes, he represents your father.
I realized there was...
Oh.
It was me.
Yes, you represent yourself.
I realized...
Oh.
Did she say Max represented?
It was Max.
Ah, yes, your imaginary friend.
I realized...
Oh.
I feel like maybe I'm the closest thing to a right choice
me.
here.
Yes, you
I noticed something...
Something...
Actually, there was nothing in the rat hole.
Well, nothing bothers you. It's always good when you're not smart enough to know you should be bothered.
I wish I knew what that was like.
I noticed something...
Something...
Don't remember what any of these were supposed to represent. Fish was fish out of water.
It was that staple office knickknack, the...
Oh, do you not like the balls?
No, Sybil, I don't like the balls.
Well...
I noticed something...
Something...
It was a hot weenie of indeterminate maturity.
A weenie in a rat hole. Nope, no symbolism there.
I noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
Oh, I missed this before.
The water cooler, a source of refreshment. What was in it?
There was a grubby little rat floating in there.
You subconsciously find rats refreshing? Well, I guess that explains why you moved into this neighborhood.
I mean, in this economy, you can't choose to be too picky.
Something peculiar in the water cooler.
A source of refreshment. What was it?
It was a massive, death-dealing revolver.
You subconsciously find revolvers refreshing?
Oh no, it's quite conscious, I assure you.
A pretty big
I
one.
noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
A source of refreshment. What was it?
You have more concerns, Crew Twitch? Can you explain? I don't see anything concerning.
It was a crisp new copy of Self-Loathing Weekly.
Oh, that is refreshing. I never miss an issue.
I actually feel like I don't think that there's necessarily a choice in all of these locations that helps sell the money. I think this third one is supposed to be our obsession with money. So maybe I'm just supposed to remove things that
something
aren't
weird.
Something
aligned with that.
Actually, there was nothing.
Well, nothing.
I realized.
Oh, who?
It was me.
No, I'll leave it as me. I think if I leave the silhouette as me and also say that the thing I find refreshing is self-loathing,
A source of
then it's going to interpret that as like my obsession being myself or something. Violence is also supposed to be one of the things, so I guess I'll put gun here.
Oh no.
And then I'll leave.
Was that the end of your dream?
Yep.
I don't know if I missed something.
I might have artificial personality disorder?
Maybe, but people with APD are known for their subconscious desire to see their peers age.
I don't know which thing I'm supposed to fix. Does anyone remember what response she gave to the ink blots or the free association, so I know to fix the other one? I think she said ink blots were violence. So then I should care about aging with the free association, but I don't know how to do that.
Let's try some more free...
That will tell us more about your unreasonable reactions to the elements of your life. Remember, I'll say words, and you just do or say whatever comes naturally. Ready?
Sure, go ahead.
Cow.
I don't know if I'm missing something obvious here. Like, I don't know if there's just supposed to be something that suggests aging, and I'm just supposed to pick that every time or something. I mean, the taxidermized animal, maybe?
This reminds me of a cat I had once.
Trigger word brings up memories of cat.
No, the fox does.
Brings up memories of fox.
No, the fox. Oh, forget it.
Causes subject to forget foxes. Possible Alzheimer's. How about this word? Drill.
Oh, so this is supposed to get me upset about the dentist? That's what this is? And then I should care about aging in the other one, I guess? How do I do that? Yeah, I was free associating some animals there. I'll admit I didn't watch a lot of Cow and Chicken when that show was on Cartoon Network. It's an incredibly weird show. This is where your past comes to die. Can I respond to that? No, I can't. Well, Sam said he hates the balls. If I look at the balls in response to a dentist-themed word...
that?
No! Trigger word results in childlike impulses, indicative of id distortion. Dryer. Just do or say whatever comes naturally.
Max almost lost a finger in a fan like that once.
Yeah, but it wasn't my own finger.
Trigger word induces grisly memory in subject. Possibility of Finfelter syndrome. Well, this has been illuminating.
Am I sane?
The jury's still out. Your reactions didn't tell me anything conclusive.
Do you think I might have artificial personality disorder?
Maybe, but people with APD are known for their violent reactions to dentistry.
So I need to do that again, and anytime she says a dentist word, find some object in the room that makes me say something terrible.
Let's try
it's a tricky
more free
puzzle.
Association.
That will tell us more about your... Remember, I'll say words, and you... Ready?
Fire away, Grizzly.
Lug nut.
That's not specifically dentist-related.
Relax.
Who says I'm not relaxed? Oh, right, we're freely associating. Sorry. Fluoride.
Max almost lost a finger in a fan like that once.
Yeah, but it wasn't my own finger.
Trigger word induces grisly memory in subject. Possibility of Finfelter syndrome. Teasing.
Ouch.
Do you think this would work better if I lie down?
Subject wishes to assume supine position. Trigger word apparently inducing sleepiness. Well, this has been illuminating.
Am I sane?
The jury's still out. Your reactions didn't tell me anything conclusive.
Do you think I
Really?
might have...
Maybe, but people with APD...
Oh, so I need to, like, literally behave violently?
Let's try some more free association.
That will tell us more about your Remember, I'll say...
Use your gun!
Ready?
as a rooster taking a bath in barbecue sauce.
Interesting choice
I do
of
appreciate
words.
on the
How
third attempt,
about
Max is just like, use your gun.
pastiche?
That's not a word, is it?
Can we look at some pictures?
Subject shows preference for inkblot test while undergoing free association test. Possible ergonomic schism. Polish.
What do you think of this free association stuff, Max?
Seems like a crock of weak tea to me, Sam.
Dialogue with imaginary friend. Very interesting.
Can
Hey,
she
I'm
not
not
see,
imaginary.
Max?
If you say so. Shampoo. Just do or say whatever comes
No,
naturally.
polish was supposed to be my dentist word. It's pretty borderline. I wasn't sure.
Ah, the
Subject displays. Well, this.
Am I? Do you
Just
actually
have to do it again.
Hey,
and then I
Doc.
clicked too
Hey,
far out
Sam.
of it.
How do you like?
Of course.
Let's try.
That will tell us. Remember.
Use your gun!
Ready?
Yep.
Credo.
Star Wars villain.
Ah, the tiki. Holdover from the days when you could sell all kinds of cheap crap without a successful children's television show.
Subject displays symptoms of ironic nostalgia complex. Filling. Be careful where you wave that thing in my office.
Oh, I'm always careful.
Violent reaction to the word. Very interesting. Tint.
See, I had originally
Just do or
interpreted
say
that as
whatever
just
comes
like
naturally.
violent as strong reaction, not literal reaction of violence. Which is why it's taken me an incredibly long time
What
to
do you
get.
think of this free association stuff, Max?
Seems like a crock of weak tea to me, Sam.
Dialogue with imaginary friend. Very interesting.
Hey, I'm not imaginary.
If you say so. Well, this has been illuminating.
Yes?
Your responses lead me to believe that you have an unusually violent reaction to dentistry.
You should
That's
see
a
him at the
relief.
podiatrist's.
It could be symptomatic of artificial personality
There's some weird
disorder.
sound effect that
I
plays
better mark
sometimes in
on
this
your
room.
chart. Very interesting. We should.
Whatever you say, Sawbones.
I'm not a sawbones. I'm a psychotherapist.
Tomato, tomato. Hey, I'm getting hungry.
Can we do some more?
Sure. Let's take another look at your unseemly obsessions. Take a look at this and tell me what you see.
So I'm either looking for aging or money. I guess the concept of death is closest to
Pennies
that.
on the eyes of a dead mime.
Interesting. Now, how about this one?
Opulent mansion is money, I guess. None of the others seem to be wishing to see others aging.
An SUV crashing into an opulent mansion.
And this?
Guess we're going more for money. So we've had pennies, and then an opulent mansion, and then the moth-eaten wallet.
My Uncle Louie's moth-eaten wallet.
Now this one. What do you see?
Stock exchange.
Elephants at the New York Stock Exchange.
And this one?
A debit card fed through a
Debit
document
card
shredder.
fed through a document shredder.
Well, judging by your responses, you seem to be fairly obsessed with money. That's a symptom of artificial personality disorder. I'd better mark it on your chart. You have 2 of the symptoms listed on this form.
Am I deranged?
I don't want to alarm you, but probably.
I think that was true before we started this.
Sure, little buddy.
So casual
I'd like
about
to tell
that.
you about another mundane but strangely compelling dream I had.
All right, let's examine your disturbing subconscious desires a bit further.
So now,
Okay,
having
tell me what
reevaluated this as the last option, I probably do need most or all of these. And I need them to be about death and aging, I guess?
Hanging on the coat rack was a necktie in the shape of a noose.
Oh my. Sam, I'm not sure how to put this, but I think you may need a therapist. Oh wait, I forgot I am one.
It's also very literal.
I noticed something peculiar in the water cooler.
A source of refreshment. What was it?
It was a massive death-dealing revolver.
You subconsciously find revolvers refreshing?
Oh no, it's...
I noticed
A source of refresh...
I mean, maybe the rat is closer?
there was a grubby
Guns
little
probably
rat floating in
violence
there.
more than death.
You subconsciously find rats refreshing? Well, I guess...
Does the dartboard have anything I
noticed
can...
something odd on the dartboard.
Oh, something you're shooting for. What was your target?
Squeak, squeak.
It's just such a specific... The last point is something like wishing aging on your peers. I'm just not like coming across things that feel like they lead to that. I think it's a little late for that rat to go squeak squeak, but I do appreciate the sentiment.
It was a psychotherapy diploma.
Interesting. Do you secretly want to become a therapist?
No, I publicly want to become a therapist.
Oh, you kidder. Please, try to be serious.
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all.
I noticed something...
A source of...
The plant was bare, but for a single decaying leaf.
How sad. Well, good thing it's just a dream.
I noticed some...
What was the
It was a garish tattoo.
Wow! Wow, that is so deep.
In other words, you don't know what it means.
No.
I noticed some...
What was the
It was a beautiful picture of a toilet brush.
Freud warned of this. Tell me, Sam, do you take pleasure in moving your own bowels?
I take pleasure in moving others.
I'm in trouble.
What was the
There was no...
Oh.
I feel like one of those should be relevant. God, I don't know. This one seems harder than the others, and I didn't do well with those.
It was you.
Or was it really your mother?
Nothing unusual. I noticed
something.
I mean, you could sort of equate the clacking balls to like the ticking of a clock, and that being the passage of time or something. I feel like dead leaf.
I noticed something peculiar in the
A source of refreshment.
There was a...
You subconscious.
Mess with Max's desk? Is that something?
Nothing unusual there.
I don't know, I'm struggling.
The end of your dream?
Yep, that's it.
Please give me some sense of whether I'm
personality disorder.
Maybe, but people with APD are known for their subconscious desire to see their peers age.
I'd like to...
All right. Okay, tell me what
I'm not seeing a lot of these as being like explicitly about aging. I mean, death is kind of close with the... Is the peer supposed... I mean, like... I obviously should have picked me, so I guess I'm supposed to pick Max to represent a peer at the very least.
I noticed something. As a matter of
any of these are it. I mean, I feel like leaf on the tree.
A source of sustenance.
The plant was big.
How sad.
I noticed something peculiar.
A source of
Magazine is self-loathing. The gun, I think, is just gun or violence. That's not what I'm looking for here, because I've already done violence.
There was a...
You subconsciously find rats
I remembered that I'd just gotten something from the bakery.
Oh, sounds like you and your special guest there were having a little celebration.
Missed
what did
this
you get?
before. Birthday cake is sort of aging, right? You get one every year and then you die?
It was an overly frosted birthday cake.
Wait a second. The birthday cake, your friend, you subconsciously want to see your peers get older.
Would have helped to have caught that.
This is a definite symptom of artificial personality disorder.
Yes. I mean, I hope it's not serious.
I'd better mark this on your chart.
I like that puzzle. I wish there weren't as many red herrings and it was clearer which ones were necessary. But I do like that idea.
Out of this.
Best ship me off to some sort of home for former child stars then.
I've signed this admissions form, but you'll have to arrange your own transportation. I'm about to be really busy publishing the details of your case.
Since you're crazy, can I drive?
Jumping vehicular homicide, no.
Cool. Might even still have enough time to do whatever the last thing is. I think we're pretty close to the end of this one.
Where we going, Sam?
Back to Brady Culture's home for former child stars.
Oh.
Now, the thing that's funny about... I guess we needed a signature on this, but it was like 3 checkboxes. It's like, yeah, I feel like we could have forged that pretty easily. We got it. It only took too many therapy sessions. Too realistic. Amen, Haggis. It's the only way we could have gotten there, is after an incredibly overwhelming amount of psychiatric work. This is a rather odd security system. Bosco's makes more sense to me.
Come on, little buddy. There's justice to be served.
Can we get ice cream afterwards? Justice makes me hungry.
Vehicles will be stolen, reads that street sign. There's TVs at the foot of every bed, I think.
This reminds me of that place where Aunt Trudy lives, with the medicine smell and the rubber sheets and the enormous mute Indian.
Sounds like a million laughs.
Yeah, mostly after medication time. Where is everybody?
Pulchritude above doubts. This is Culture's Clubhouse.
Jumping Lon Chaney in a boffo fright wig. Brady Culture, I presume.
You know who I am? Wow! Evil plans really do work.
Don't get too excited, Stretch Pants. The freelance police are here.
Yes, actually. I've been waiting for you.
Really? Next time try leaving the front door open. Save us all some grief.
Allow me to explain.
Uh-oh, I think we just triggered a soliloquy.
Good thing I have the attention span of a pint of yak butter.
I never wanted much. Just to be universally loved, that's
relatable.
All. And to be #1 in the TV ratings for the 1971 fall season.
Super relatable.
But no. Those worthless hacks, the soda poppers, with their matching shirts and their cute little jingles. They came on opposite me and stole my audience. I was never offered another role. And now you two vigilantes won't even let a poor, down-on-his-luck actor mass hypnotize the entire viewing public to become his worshipful fans forever. How cruel.
Is it over?
I think so.
So,
whoops.
Since you've ruined the beautiful irony of having my arch rivals run my promotional campaign, I'm afraid you'll just have to take their places.
In your dreams, Culture!
No, my friends. In yours.
Hey, that tickles!
Become Video Delivery Man.
What? What's happening?
Oh no. Oh no! What are you doing?
I don't know.
You were in on it all along! I told you it was a conspiracy. I told you, but then you already knew, didn't you?
No, Bosco, Must deliver videos.
Call the CIA! Call Interpol! Call Mickey Rooney!
Must deliver Mickey Rooney videos.
Don't remember this bit. What a good One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest reference. Yeah, it was seamlessly slid in there, I feel like.
Hey, my beloved weapons are gone.
Well, that's problematic.
I must...
Oh, I see. I gotta grab that cheese on the next cycle so that I can get neutralized on the way
don't
out.
Don't even try.
Or we could expedite that process. But what happened to Max? It seemed like he wasn't affected by the hypnosis initially, but he wasn't there with us.
Uh-oh. Either I just walked into the Salvador Dali Memorial Wax Museum, or I'm dreaming.
You love me. You adore me. Become video delivery man. Do my evil bidding and so forth.
Holy brains in a blender. I'm still hypnotized. If only I could remember what Sybil told me to do.
Destroy the intruder in your dream.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Sam, I'm up here.
A pocket watch.
Hi, little buddy.
Brady stole my body. I hate when people do that. You gotta get me down from here.
Okay, little guy, I'll save you.
I don't know. In fairness, I really feel like Brady Culture is probably the hero of the piece. I mean, those feel like very normal problems, and I feel like you should be allowed to hypnotize people.
I may not show it much, but I love you, Sam. Now go wash my car.
Just like my other dream. Alright, Brady Culture.
Stolen Max's body.
With Max's body.
And it feels good, too. I just love my new furry paws and cute little tail.
Hey, don't touch my tail, you psychopathic body stealer. Ooh, just let me at him.
Oh, I got my gun. Bang.
Didn't hurt.
Well, shoot. Oh, man. Our desk lamp is going all Pixar. I don't know if you caught that. Just like turned and faced the camera a moment ago and isn't doing it again.
You can't shoot me. I'm incandescent.
Max, do you have any hints on this?
Don't worry, little buddy. I'll get you.
Hurry, Sam. I've got an itch. I can't scratch.
Oh, there's some smoke. Is that useful to me?
It's just a dream, Sam. It's Brady Culture in a light socket?
The light bulb represents wisdom. And here's a little now. Brady Culture is a perfect 10.
Well, can we neutralize him by simply flipping the light switch? Does that turn him off?
I think someone needs to turn the lights out on your career, Brady.
What? No!
Oh, that Brady Culture. He turns the world off with his smile.
Lol. What about TV Brady
It's
Culture?
Brady Culture on TV.
Yes, right where I belong. Everyone watch me. Me!
Remember me!
Wonder what would happen to the picture quality if I gave this a tug.
No! I must be on TV for all eternity. No!
Oh yes, that's much better reception.
Something dinged. Was it my Hot Pocket? Doesn't seem like I can interact with that fish flying by. Maybe I can observe it.
I will be universally loved by everyone in the universe.
Well, it's taking its sweet time to come back. It might... Oh. Nope. It just exists. It's like that Sabrina the Teenage Witch thing, where she would always become aware that she was in a dream because a giant banana would fly by without fail.
Brady Culture has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Oh shoot, Jesse James' severed hand is pointing accusatorially at me. That is mildly unsettling. So it looks like Jimmy Two Teeth is attached to this pump. If I pump him up,
what is
Arnold
this
Schwarzenegger
thing?
style, will he then be a bad enough rat to take on Closet Guy?
Sweet rodent eating disorders. That is one fat rat.
But why does he deflate?
Enigmatic.
You want to name...
Hey, Brady Cheese.
What is it, fool?
I'd
Well,
like
it's
to
a timing
introduce you
thing.
to a little friend of mine.
No, the cheese must stand alone.
And another
I
one
hate when
bites
that
the
happens.
cheese. Queer.
What does the smoke have to do with anything? Can I shoot the fan now? Will that make the... Oh, I have the coat hanger. Can I do something else with the coat hanger?
Dance, puppet, dance.
What would I do with the coat hanger? How would it give me a new item?
I love my hair, and you do too.
Coat hanger.
Give it up.
Brady's stolen Max's body.
Just let me at him.
This coat rack's a little
Odd.
off. Also, it's weird that the camera angle of the office is changed enough that you can see stuff that you can't see at the normal angle.
I will have legions of sickening breakfast cereals named after me.
Don't worry, little buddy. Why am I lugging around a coat hanger again?
Please, Sam, put it back on the TV. I'm begging you.
That seems like it wouldn't help, but
That
okay.
doesn't even work in a dream. I don't want to pop him.
It seems like it's gotta have something to do with the smoke, right? Because, like, why else would the smoke exist?
I am Brady Culture, and you are not. Get used to it.
Is it flammable smoke? Can we catch the fish outside? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't have a hitbox. It just goes by.
Brady.
I feel like there was, like, at least a remotely obvious solution to the others.
Why, yes.
Conceptually,
this
I'm not
is
sure what
my
we're going
real
for.
hair.
Hang on.
What is this doing here?
If
Hey,
I
it's
change
loose.
this direction, then Max comes down?
Whoa.
Oh.
That was the most fun I've had since I lost my body. Let's do it again, Sam.
What now?
Yay! That was great. But Sam, if you'll notice, I'm right back where I started.
Okay, hold on. I'll think of something.
Can I get him to move above his body?
Don't worry, little buddy.
Hurry, Sam.
Brady's stolen Max's...
Just let me at him.
I feel like I need to have Max collide with his body. But I don't know how to move either one of them.
Hurt.
We gun the ceiling fan? No, I've tried that pretty incessantly.
Brady's stolen...
Just let me at him.
How would I move him?
Don't worry, little buddy.
It's back where he started. Maybe it has to do with me. Maybe I just position... No, because in order to trigger it... Can I trigger it from a distance by shooting the sign?
Whoa! Gotcha!
Yay!
Okay, that was the right idea. Just like hit the road. Max is in my cardboard box. Now just shove his head on his body?
Oh, Mr. Culture, I have a surprise for you.
Is it
Really?
violence?
For me? No!
Oh my.
I'm sure that indicates some horrifying psychosis.
Thanks, Sam. A little stringy, but good. Oh, I just remembered. I'm supposed to be somewhere.
Bye, Max.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh no! He's awake! We're done for!
Save the girlish histrionics, Bosco. I'm all right. I was merely the victim of your garden variety video delivery hypnosis scheme.
Okay, but what about your co-conspirator?
My co-conspirator? Holy underpants draped to the mast of a sinking pork rind freighter. That hirsute egomaniac kidnapped my little buddy.
I only understood about, like, 2/3 of that sentence.
I don't suppose you have a Bosco Tech device that stymies hypnosis-inducing energy beams.
Oh, a hypnosis blocker? Yeah, I thought about making one of those, but I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I've got to find something, quick. Any idea how I can curtail this culture crisis?
Brady culture. Ibo man. Stay away from him. He's got it in for me.
Sorry, Bosco, no can do. I've got to save my furry little pal.
I feel like I need, like, a
Thanks,
tinfoil
Bosco.
hat.
Do me proud.
Or maybe some sunglasses to just stop the hypnosis beams from hitting my face. Or maybe just some, like, purple
There's no
stuff.
time for that. I've got to... That won't help me rescue... You know who would have loved that? Max. That's exactly the sort of thing Max would have looked at.
These are very good, like, default responses. I mean, if I could cover my eyes, I could spray paint whatever thing I used to cover my eyes. Hot weenies.
That makes me miss Max for some unknown reason. Max, is that... Max, are you in there? There's no time for that. I've got... That won't help me rescue Max.
So he will not sell
You know
me
who
something,
would have loved
right?
That's exactly the sort of...
Alright, I guess I'm just leaving. Kind of got the impression it wanted me to get a solution before leaving the store. Now can I go over there? No. But we're teasing it more. Are there
That
sunglasses
makes me
in the
miss-
dumpster? Are there sunglasses? I think I'm supposed to ask Sybil because it's a hypnosis thing and she knows something about it. I don't feel like there's anything.
Max, is...
Yeah, let's check with Sybil, I guess.
Doc. Max is gone.
Well, most of us outgrow our imaginary friends eventually.
You've been talking
No,
to him.
That megalomaniac Brady Culture's got him.
I see. Of course.
Hang on. Were you implying that Max is imaginary?
I wasn't implying anything, though he does seem a little improbable.
I'll give you
see him
that.
too, though, right?
True, but then I'm a psychotherapist.
Is that how that works? Psychotherapists can see other people's imaginary friends?
I've got to find some way to block a hypnotic ray. I don't suppose you, as a brain specialist of sorts, would know anything. Great suffering lab rats, you do know something. Out with it, before my synapses fuse into a milky puddle of slag.
Well, it's a gross breach of doctor-patient privilege for me to even tell you about it. But one of my more technologically inclined patients drew me a diagram of a contraption he claimed will block hypnosis.
That's just the sort of ridiculously lucky break I need.
It's a huge violation of every reasonable code of ethical conduct, of course, but you being a policeman of sorts, I suppose it's okay to give you the diagram.
My lack of solid engineering background has finally caught up with me. I can't make any sense of this.
I'd love to help, but engineering is one of the few fields I haven't tried. Sorry.
Not yet, anyway. Alright, let's take a look at this Contraption. I see. Okay, maybe let's not... Okay, hold on.
This diagram looks hokey, but it's the only chance I've got against Culture's hypno-thingamabobber.
Is there not a way to get a closer look at this? I mean, I definitely see a coat hanger and what looks like a colander. Don't remember if I've seen one of those. But I feel like there should probably be a third part, and I don't know what it is. I guess I'll go...
Max, are you in there?
Interesting that the closet is suddenly off limits. Guess I'll go get that coat hanger and then question marks profit. Interesting that the game sort of intends to tip you off to the coat hanger as a usable item in the dream before you need it.
When he finds out I ruined our reception, I've got to tell him as soon as possible.
It just feels like I should be able to right-click this to figure out what items are on it, or somehow like put it somewhere to get a better look.
This diagram looks hokey, but it's the only...
This is not a combined stuff in your inventory game, huh? Did not recall that.
There's no time for that.
I do actually feel like I saw a colander somewhere, but I don't know where or when. Maybe I have an idea. Maybe I'm not supposed to read the schematic because it's supposed to be unintelligible. But there's someone who said he was thinking about installing some sort of anti-mind control thing. Yeah, exactly, Anime. I mean, I feel like I would expect him to be mad if we procured this illegally.
Vasco, take a gander at this.
What is it? A death threat?
Even better. It's instructions for the latest in Bosco tech innovation.
Well, let's see. A colander for that, yeah. Oh yeah, I can build this. Just need one thing.
What's that?
Something for that antenna thing at the top.
Antenna, got it.
Luckily, that's the only thing I have, so that's good news for me, Vasco. The cursor for when you have the coat hanger equipped is really illegible. Like, this could stand to be clearer.
Will a make-do antenna do as a make-do antenna?
Yeah, okay. Let me just add a little Bosco tech innovation. And here it is, the most sophisticated hypnosis-blocking helmet the world has ever seen.
Happy days are here again. Uh-oh, seems like the old moolah gauge is running on empty.
Ah, take it. Just stop that Brady culture. He's got it in for me.
You're a credit to dementia, Bosco.
You'll have to pay for the next one, though.
It really is bothering me. I think they changed his voice. Yeah, that worked out about as well as I could have hoped. I need to, like, whip the helmet. Put it on me.
Put it on inside Brady.
Okay. Put it on at the destination. Luckily, we drove here in our own car.
I'm coming, Max. Rule number 3. Always wear protective headgear when confronted.
Oh. I see. I thought I had to do that manually, and that was cueing me to do it, but no. I just skipped ahead a little, and he had it on.
Hand over the lagomorph, Culture.
Sam! Boy, am I glad to see you. Johann Sebastian here only knows how to play one song.
What's this, a rerun? Didn't we just see the dog getting hypnotized episode? Well, if you really want to watch it again... What?
Another triumph for skanky ingenuity and ordinary kitchenware. Give it up, Culture. Your quiche is cooked.
Time out for the cavalry!
You've colored outside the lines of the law, Brady Culture.
We see you, and this time we're...
Going to get hypnotized again.
Yeah, they're kind of not wearing the helmet.
I taught you. So now, my foolish pawns, attack the dog. Ah.
Caffeine rush!
It's a stack of those Ibo videos. I feel like making a bad pun about Brady's organ, but I'm a little busy right now. You okay, little buddy?
Oh, sure. I've been amusing our adversary with gory haiku poems while he plays that dumb song over and over.
Hey, that's my theme song.
Yeah, and it's dumb. Become Brady culture.
Become Brady culture.
Do my evil bidding.
Worship the videotapes!
What nonsense! Attack the dog!
Worship me!
Worship me!
No, me, worship me! You're my minions, mine!
No, they're not looking, and I can hit them. Maybe?
Caffeine rush!
No, that did not work. At least I have the endless ability to hypnotize, and that's pretty fun. Attack yourselves, and knock yourselves unconscious, so that I can deprogram you.
Attack yourselves.
No, me! Attack me! Me!
Oh,
Yes.
rabbit season!
No, wait, I mean... Ow!
Rabbit
Smart move,
season!
Sam. You played him like a $2 glockenspiel.
I learned all my best tactics in the first grade.
I tried to send you semaphore signals with my ears, but you know how I always get the K and the V mixed up.
You crack me up, little buddy. Well, I guess we should dehypnotize these poor saps again and be on our way.
Let me! You know how I adore gratuitous violence.
Well, that's that, Max. Another boot to the pasty ass of crime. Thank goodness this whole hypnotic mind control thing didn't go any further. That could have been really annoying.
It's great to be on your show, Myra. I'm a huge fan. I just can't seem to stop watching for some reason.
We did it! I actually wonder how the remaster handles this. Or even how, like, the assembled collection that came about after the initial release. Like, after the credits, does it just roll into the next game? I think originally, the way this worked is that you would watch through the credits, there'd be a tease for the next installment. At least, like, during the season. I don't know if there was one at the end of the season. And then, I think after that, it just shut down like an old DOS game. Because I seem to remember, like, back in my college days when these were coming out, that, like, I would just spend an afternoon playing through these when they were released. They were always, like... I think they were all roughly, like, 3 to 5 hours to play a single one. Which, like, in hindsight, I actually think is really great. Because it's... I mean, like, when you know an adventure game really well, it's about as much time as you spend playing one. And, like... You know, the heavy dialogue I was sort of talking about before kind of lends these to just be... Like, there's not necessarily a ton to skip. You can skip through the dialogue, but, like, there's not, like, a ton of unnecessary exploration or whatever. Like, it's just kind of the puzzles, and that'll get you there. So, like, doing it episodic like this just kind of means that there's, like, a bunch of Sam & Max adventure games. Is kind of how it comes across, how it plays. So yeah, it just kicks you back out to the main menu, huh? Yeah, it's a really fun short bit. And so, like, basically the way it works out is that I thought all the seasons had 5 episodes. This one has 6, which just seems weird to me. I really thought they all had 5. Maybe they all have 6. I don't know. Maybe the later ones have 5. But like, yeah, they're all kind of like in the ballpark of one stream's worth of length. And it was just, you know, every few months, I think, when the seasons were being released, like a new episode would come out. And then I would just spend, you know, like an afternoon doing it. It was a really good time. I just like the way, I mean, the episodic gaming thing was really trendy for like a hot minute and hasn't really come about again since. But like, I really like how that worked out for Sam and Max. Because like, without spoiling anything in particular, the reason that there's 3 seasons is that each season has like an arc to it. So like, you have an individual adventure like that, which, you know, is self-contained. We learned that someone was doing something weird with child stars. We figured out what was happening and we stopped it. But like, some amount of what we've encountered here might factor into the later episodes of the season and ultimately build towards the story, which, as the title implies, will lead to Sam and Max at least attempting to save the world. Still haven't played Season 3. Personally, my recollection is that Season 2 was my favorite. I don't know that Season 2 is necessarily the best of the 3. I personally liked Season 3 a little less than 2 from my recollection, but again, I haven't played any of these games in quite some time. But I'm really partial to 2 because it just has... I really like the villain in 2. The villain in 2 is so unbelievably stupid. It's like the best villain of all time. So the remastered versions add quality of life. I have the originals on Steam. I think it's mostly graphical. The things I know specifically are like they tuned up the graphics to be a little more modern, and they changed some of the voice lines, which may or may not have something to do with the fact that I think they changed Bosco's voice actor. I remember, like, they put out, like, a statement at some point when they first announced the remasters that they were, like, changing out some of the jokes. And, like, I think it was under the guise of some of them not aging particularly well, but, like, I don't actually remember any of the jokes that they said they were replacing seeming, like, especially, like, off-color in the modern age or anything like that. But, like... to my knowledge, if you have the originals, you probably don't need the new ones. I don't know if, like, the originals on Steam have, like, the same achievements or whatever, if you care about that. But, like, I don't think it's a major change. To be honest, I don't know much more than what I've listed here. Give me a second. Don't like doing this, but... quit? It seems like it's acting a little hanky. Alright. I don't know if this is going to be a huge problem later. Now, we've been playing this on the PC because that's what I had, and I thought it was going to work, and that I didn't have enough time to try and fix that without completely derailing the evening. Future installments, I may try to play out the PS5, given how many issues this encountered. So it might end up looking a little different, and if it does, it will probably look a little nicer and control a lot worse, would be the trade-off there. Typically, if possible, I do like to try playing point-and-click games on PC, because even though my PC is not exactly a powerhouse, most of those games aren't extremely processor-intensive, and the point-and-click aspect definitely tends to work better with a mouse. But, you know, time makes fools of us all. But yeah, like I said, I like that they're little self-contained stories. I like that they also contribute to a larger story, and I like the fact that ultimately what it means is we end up with a lot of little Sam and Max stories, and I tend to like them. Is it, to this day, a little off-putting how different the voice actors are from Sam and Max Hit the Road? Yes, but I kind of grew up with those, and it's like hard to adjust to that. But as I said, I think every time that they've done a version of Sam and Max, they've been different. So as much as Hit the Road feels like the definitive version to me, you know, I think everyone has their own favorite, I suppose. And, yeah, I don't know. I think they do a good job. To me, it's just weird that they're different. It's not that I think they're bad. It's just that they're different. I don't like change. Yeah, I think as the seasons go on, the episodes tend to get a little bit longer, but then, of course, some amount of that is always, like, whether or not you get stuck on puzzles. We got, like, a little bit stuck here. Thanks for that, Windows. God, my computer's being such a dinkus. Like, an absolute bread roll. Like, ugh. Alright, well, I'm still concerned about desync, despite the fact that chat says it's been okay. So, rather than belabor the point, I mean, there will be plenty more Sam and Max to talk about. One way or another, we're going to bring this back as soon as I can get it running. If I'm really having problems, I might do a filler week or something. But, yeah. We'll wrap things up in a minute. Before we do, of course, somewhere on the couch behind me, I've hidden a secret Squirtle. If you could see a Squirtle like this guy over my shoulder, that was not a secret, he's right there. But if you're able to locate a secret Squirtle, of course, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days, and so I encourage you to consider where one may be hiding. Now, I am curious. Just been a little quiet tonight. I don't know if that's because I scared everyone with my completely angry rant at the start of the stream, or if people were just invested in the story, which is a little heavy in the dialogue and a little lighter on the reaction end on my part, or if people were or were not enjoying things. So let me know here on the Discord. Is Carlos with Monocle new? Well, he's his own distinct crab, but yes, Monocle Crab is new. He was added just a couple weeks ago for the first time, and really only showcased last week. I'm just going to drop this here in case anyone isn't... Oh, no. Not in that window. There you go. Should that be considered a guess for the location of Secret Squirtle there, Castle? Anytime you want a closer look at something, it's a safe bet that just picking it as a hiding place is a good option. Well, let's go take a look. One way or another, I am deeply concerned about something being broken. So let's see. Demolition got his guess in last there. Says he does like to guess Pikachu most weeks. Hiding back there, an assortment of Pokeballs. Various catch rates to them. Unfortunately, no Squirtle among them. Insofar as these ones aren't functional enough for me to let a Pokemon inside out. Guess of our lovely Valentine's Day Donut Dragon. This was a Valentine's Day special from last year. Is a dragon eating a donut. It has sparkle wings. It's extremely good. Unfortunately, not a Squirtle back there, but we do have this lovely mustachioed and monocled gentleman narwhal, which does act as a perfect transition to our good friend King George, aka Georges the King Crab. Focus on him. Look at his majesty. He's got like sort of like textured corrugated belly sort of thing. Doesn't track super well on the camera with my bad lighting setup. But he does have a heart-shaped monocle, a mustache, and, perhaps most importantly, a little glittery crown. He's, of course, not Carlos, but they're both very good crab friends. And I have to pick up Carlos as well to demonstrate the fact that there is, in fact, a secret Squirtle hiding beneath both of our crab friends. So look at that. How close of a view can we get? I mean, it's not going to be good, probably. It's definitely easier to do while seated. Now you can see texture, I guess. Crab. No, the other way. The lag is making this more difficult. Because it's all busted. Because OBS is busted and I'm sad and angry. Which is the perfect note to end the stream on. Tomorrow we'll be back with some more Super Mario RPG. Another retro game that we've been playing on Saturdays. I think we have a few more weeks of that if we keep going at the same pace, but if the mole girls keep lying to me, then we may have some problems. But more of that tomorrow. I will endeavor to... I spent so much time on this. I'm so mad that this was so busted. I will endeavor to get this working better for next week, or at least stable enough that it shouldn't cause more problems. But I am hoping to play through more of these. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. As I said, the Telltale 7 Max does get off to like a little bit of a slow start, but I feel like after just a few episodes, the world is sort of established, and then it's more about playing with the pieces and the characters we establish, and I think once that happens, it picks up a little bit. But yeah, we're playing some retro games. We'll be back with Super Mario RPG tomorrow, more of this next week. And until then, take care of yourselves and remember that you are Clawsome.